Fox College Football is sponsored by Geico from legendary Kinnick Stadium. In Iowa City, we've got the biggest game of the week, folks, as the number 4 Penn State Nittany Lions come into town to take on the third-ranked Iowa Hawkeyes. Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson, along with my partner, Joel Klatt, and welcome to Iowa City, folks. Penn State, Iowa, 3 versus 4. Partner, we've got 2 great defenses playing in this game, and by the end of this one, there could be broken glass everywhere.
I mean, I can't wait to watch these 2 defenses play. 2 of the best defenses in the entire country, and one of them is really the engine behind the points that they score on offense, and that's the Iowa Hawkeyes. No team does a better job of creating mayhem and turnovers than the Iowa Hawkeyes, and they do it out of sound structure, great effort. They run to the football. Riley Moss, a few pick sixes. This Iowa team is terrific on that side of the ball, and it's going to be incumbent on Penn State to play safe with that ball and not turn it over.
Well, their quarterback is a very solid quarterback in Sean Clifford. He can't make mistakes today, but he's got a great defense behind him as well.
I love that defense as well. They're long, they're athletic, but when you talk about Clifford, really how he plays, Gus, is exactly how the team is going to play. And their 0-5 start a year ago, he was turning the ball over way too much. He stopped doing that, and guess what? They've rattled off 9 straight wins. Their last loss was actually to this Iowa team a year ago in Happy Valley. Sean Clifford has been playing very well, but he's got a huge test ahead of him facing that Hawkeye defense today.
Time now for Progressive Game Countdown. 70,000 in attendance, a sellout. Here in Iowa City, ready to watch 3 versus 4. It's Iowa, Penn State, next on Fox. Producing top-ranked teams for decades on end. And once again, the Nittany Lions are on the prowl. Touchdown, Penn State! It's the biggest matchup in the Big Ten. It's number 4 versus number 3. It's Penn State and Iowa. Here we go. Kinnick Stadium, Iowa City, Iowa. Yes, this is heaven. And yes, this is Iowa. We've got the game. Nittany Lions, Hawkeyes, right now. Time now to join the 3rd member of our team. On the sideline, the All-American girl, Jenny Taft.
Well, Gus, according to Iowa's Kirk Ferentz, the energy for these kind of games, it is just different. And trust me, you're going to feel it from the crowd today. They're going to do whatever they can to distract Penn State. In fact, when Kinnick Stadium was built in 1929, this was what they wanted. They wanted the fans to be up close and personal to all of the action. Coach Franklin acknowledged that it is a challenge today. The fans are on top of you. We cannot let it get to us, but the players are not worried about it. According to defensive tackle P.J. Musgrave, he said, we've already won on the road in a tough environment at Wisconsin. We have a job to do today. Continue to stay 1-0, stay undefeated, because winning in these kind of environments, there's nothing sweeter.
All right, Jenny, thank you very much. Penn State won the toss, deferred. Iowa will receive. It's hot down here today, folks. 83 degrees in Iowa in October, and it's supposed to be really windy. It could get up to 25 miles per hour in terms of wind gust. 31st meeting all time between these 2 teams in a series that dates back to 1930. Penn State leads it 17-13. And the Nittany Lions have won 6 of the last 7, but last time they met in State College a year ago, Hawkeyes put it on them 41-21. James Franklin, truly one of the great coaches in all of college football. He's won everywhere he's gone. He's 49 years old and in his 8th season. On the other sideline, Kirk Ferentz, 66 years old. His 23rd year at Iowa. He's the longest tenured active head coach in college football. So 2 legendary programs, 2 incredible coaches. 3 versus 4. Here we go. Oh, and maybe not. I told you it's going to be windy.
You said it. And there it is. Oh, man.
Can you believe this, though? 83 degrees in Iowa City in October?
No, I mean, it's a Chamber of Commerce day. Iowa City has been unbelievable to us. all day long. Big noon kickoff, amazing show downtown, and now we get to kick it off. This is amazing. Top 5 matchup in the Big Ten. 2 great teams. Let's rock.
We're going to have to get somebody to hold that ball.
There we go.
For Jordan Stout.
Jonathan Sutherland, he can do that.
Penn State, Iowa. And we're off. Charlie Jones, the deep man. Touchback. And that will bring out the Iowa offense. Spencer Petras, 6'5", 233 pounds. He's a junior from Northern California. Last week against Maryland, had a great day. 21 of 30, 259, 3 touchdown passes, and he ran for 2 as well.
Yep, those 5 total touchdowns and no turnovers, probably more importantly. This is not an offense that's going to light up the scoreboard, but they've got to play opportunistic football. If and when they get a short field, they've got to capitalize today, and Spencer's got to make great decisions with the ball.
First down and 10 at the 25. Tyler Goodson, he's special, folks. Number 15 in the backfield. And Petras to throw on first down. Underneath has his man, but it's incomplete. Reganey, the intended receiver. Yair Brown defensively. Let's take a look at this Iowa offense.
Up front, they are trying to find their way. Their young bud, Tyler Linderbaum, their center. He might be one of the best players on the entire field, probably a top 20 pick in next spring's NFL draft. On the outside, you mentioned it already, Tyler Goodson. Watch out for him. He's electric. And Sam Laporta, the tight end, number 84, he is their leading receiver, and he's also got more targets than anybody on the team.
Second and 10 at the 25. They give it to Goodson with running room. Look at Goodson go. Lowers his shoulder and picks up a first down. Brown with the tackle. Defensively for the Nittany Lions.
One of the best groups in all of America, Gus. Up front, they've got a couple of transfers that have helped them out. Derek Tangelo, Arnold Ebiketie, number 17, they've played well. Their linebackers and back end, though, they are phenomenal. They're long, they're athletic. Ellis Brooks, Brandon Smith, great players. And then our guy, Jaquan Brisker, he played amazing against Wisconsin in the opener and has continued that high level of play throughout the season.
They give him 9, third down and 1 for Iowa on their opening series, and there's Petras with the quarterback sneak. He got into the end zone a couple times last week against Maryland with that same kind of play. He's 6'5", 230.
There is nobody in football, either level, Gus, that loves the quarterback sneak more than the Iowa Hawkeyes. You will see it 4, 5, 6 times a game. If you're a Hawkeye fan, you know what I mean. And that's the offensive coordinator, Brian Ferentz. He told us that yesterday. And I would expect nothing less from a former offensive lineman. Let him go eat.
First down and 10 at the 38. And here's Petras rolling out of the pocket, looking underneath, and he has his man at midfield, and a catch. Luke Lachey, the tight end, with a 14-yard gain. And one thing you know about the Iowa Hawkeyes offense, they'll find you a great tight end in a heartbeat.
They will, and the guy they're trying to find is their leading receiver, 84, Laporta, but they do a great job, Penn State, of covering him up. So Petras goes to his second man in the progression. It's the over-out from the backside, and he delivers a terrific ball there for a first down.
George Kittle, T.J. Hawkinson, Noah Fant. NFL tight ends that come from right here in Iowa City. Now Goodson. And Goodson be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Jaquan Brisker with the tackle, and that's a loss of 1.
This is not good. This is P.J. Mustipher that's down for Penn State right now. He's a senior defensive tackle for them, 6'4", 326 pounds. He's been a great leader, and he's their primary run stuffer, Gus, against a team that wants to run the football. P.J. Mustipher already has 21 tackles on the season just against the run game. Sponsored by Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above, and these two defenses have been above and beyond. Look at these win streaks that they're on dating back to last season. Both of these teams ranked wins to average margin of victory, 21 for Iowa, 18 for Penn State, and they've done it largely on the back of their defenses.
Second down and 11. Petras wants to throw underneath, incomplete. By the way, P.J. Mustipher walked off the field on his own. Hopefully he will return. But right now, Iowa facing a third down and long.
And this is where They really target that tight end I was talking to you earlier about. Sam Laporta, number 84. Be interested to see who Penn State wants to put on him in coverage. And it looks like it'll be Brisker, number 1. Probably one of their best DBs.
3rd down and 11 at the 49. Opening series for Iowa. Drive started at the 25. Petrus with time. Petrus goes through his progressions and just whizzes this one out of bounds. So the Penn State defense holding, and Iowa forced to punt it away.
One thing you know about this Penn State defense is they won't panic. We've seen that time and time again all year, and there have been teams that have driven the ball at times on them and had some success in the run game. But what this team does better than anybody is they bowl their neck, whether it's in the red zone or here right across the 50, they found a way to get off the field.
Tory Taylor to punt. Standing at the 36, Jahan Dotson. He is dangerous, hovering around his own 10. End over end kick over his head. And oh, look at the English on that one. Where's Minnesota Fats? Where's Willie Mosconi? Tory Taylor.
And when you got one of the best defenses in America, that is priceless. What a punt for Tory Taylor. Iowa always been known for excellent special teams under Kirk Ferentz, and now Sean Clifford's going to have to deal on his first series, backed up right next to his own goal line. 9-0 in his last 9 games.
He'll start from his own 2. Clifford sprinting out of the pocket. Wants to square his shoulders. Almost knocked down, and he throws a pick. Justin Jacobs. And Iowa's in business.
This defense, they always have eyes in the backfield. They're just trying to sprint out to the left. Kind of a tough throw. He should just throw this away. Now he tries to force it late, and he can't do that. Justin Jacobs with the interception. His first of the year. Eyes in the backfield, sinking into coverage, setting up his offense with a first down.
Seth Benson with pressure on Clifford. First down and goal at the 8. Wildcat formation. They'll run it straight ahead with Goodson. And he'll pick up a yard.
Well, hey, no defense creates offense for their team better than Iowa. This team, Iowa, they average per game 15 points off turnovers. That's insane. Now, Penn State has been great once they've turned it over. They've turned it over 3 times in the year, not giving up a point. Last week, they stopped Indiana in a similar situation. They had a red zone series after a turnover. They didn't give up a point.
Second down and goal at the 7. Petrus looking. Petrus in trouble. And he just throws it away. Wisely.
This defense, Gus, makes it so tough in this zone, and we saw it when we did their game against Wisconsin. When you get into the red zone and the field condenses and you're close to the goal line, the athleticism and length of this defense really makes it difficult on the quarterback to find a window to throw the ball.
Third down goal at the 7. Penn State has only given up 6 points in the first quarter this season. 2 field goals. Petrus, and he's sacked. Great pressure from the backside. And that's Ebiketie, the freshman transfer from Temple.
Ebiketie around the edge. You've got a freshman tackle for Iowa. He gives up the pressure, and Ebiketie is able to get to Petrus, who is fortunate not to have that ball stripped out.
So Caleb Shudak comes in to attempt the field goal. This one from 34 yards away. And it's good. Iowa settles for the points. They'll take the 3. First quarter. 3-zip. Fox College Football is sponsored by Geico. Save even more when you bundle home and car insurance. And by Jersey Mike's subs, be a sub above. The last time there was a top 5 matchup in Iowa City was in 1985 when Jim Harbaugh and Michigan came into Iowa City ranked number 2 in the country. The Hawkeyes were ranked number 1. Iowa won the game on a last-second field goal. And Hayden Fry said afterwards, was this the biggest win ever at Iowa? There's no doubt about it. I'm even going to vote us number 1 tomorrow. It's funny, Joel. I remember as a high school senior watching that game.
Back when TVs were grainy, but no one knew any different, right? I mean, that's what makes days like today so special, right? Everyone is going to, you're at home, you're going to remember what you were doing today when you watched 2 top 5 teams tangle here in Kinney.
And that's a touchback. You still have a chance to win $10,000 from Fox Bet Super 6. Just download the Fox Bet Super 6 app and correctly pick 6 outcomes from the Penn State Iowa game for your shot at the $10,000 prize. It's free to play, but you need to enter now. Scan the QR code, download the app, and play for free. So we've talked a lot about the Iowa defense all season, but how about the Nittany Lions? First to goal inside the 10, and they only give up a field goal after the Clifford turnover. So Sean Clifford, this time with more room, will start from his own 25. And Clifford looking over the middle. And it's a catch. Keandre Lambert-Smith with the reception.
This offense up front, they're trying to find their way. Haven't run the ball great on the outside, though. It's really about number 5, Jahan Dotson.
Near side throw, caught again by Lambert-Smith, and he'll get up the sideline. It looks like he's close to the first down. Knocked out of play by Kerner.
This defense, they're going to sit in that static zone coverage, 4-3, 4 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, 4 defensive backs. The guys to keep your eye on, though, Jack Campbell, number 31. He's the heart and soul of this defense at middle linebacker. And then those corners, they are ball hawks, Matt Hankins and Riley Moss.
Devin Ford comes in at running back, and they'll give it to him. Ford will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He's tackled for a loss. Logan Lee, the sophomore. First man to him.
Now you've got to buckle up if you're Sean Clifford. Have a short memory after that first series. Handed Iowa 3 points. Came back with a nice completion on this series, but here on the 3rd down, got to find your best player, Jahan Dotson.
Sean Clifford threw his 4th interception of the season on their opening series. 3rd down and 5 at the 47. Clifford over the middle, caught. I don't know if it's enough for first down. Parker Washington with the catch. Jack Campbell with the stop, and it is first down Penn State.
Really good throw from Sean Clifford. He threw it down lower than his shoulders right onto the frame of Parker Washington, number 3, who knew where the chains were at, and he got right to that marker, the line to gain, for the completion.
First down at the 48. Clifford underneath, and the ball looks like it was deflected at the line of scrimmage.
That was actually the safety, Kayvon Merriweather. Watch Gus as he's coming up from his safety position. He jumps way outside to get his hands on the football and batted away as they were trying to get that RPO run-pass option. He faked a nice run in the middle of that line of scrimmage, trying to get up and throw it on the outside.
Sean Clifford making his 26th career start. He's 19-6. 2nd down and long. Empty backfield. Clifford, he can run a little. Clifford unloads and throws a strike. Parker Washington again ran a great crossing route and picks up a first down. Kerner with the tackle, but it's a gain of 16.
If you're going to have success throwing the ball against this defense, the ball's got to be out on time, and the spacing of the routes have got to be perfect. There, everything was tremendous from Penn State. Timing, ball, accuracy, all of it.
First down at the 32. Clifford again. Drops it off. Looks like a middle screen. And it's Brenton Strange. And Brenton Strange will pick up first down yardage and more. Matt Hawkins with the tackle. So on back-to-back plays, 16-yard catches and a 15-yard catch right there.
And the tempo has given Iowa a bit of a problem here. They're clearly going to still out and stop the run, and they're one of the best run defenses in the country. They create turnovers when you want to throw the ball, but this tempo has allowed Penn State to get a little bit of rhythm here, throwing it on the outside.
Clifford 5 for 6 on this drive. First down at the Iowa 17. Clifford looking. Clifford And he'll toss it out of play. Jahan Dotson, the closest man to the ball.
Guarantee you he's not going to make the same mistake he did early when he was trying to flip that ball and throw it away, and it wound up in the hands of the Iowa Hawkeyes, and there astutely throws it up and over the top.
2 games back, Clifford threw for a career high 400 yards and 4 scores in a win over Villanova. Young man from Cincinnati, Ohio, 2nd and 10 at the 17. Here's Clifford. Drives this ball incomplete. And a flag on the play. Lambert Smith, the intended receiver, and Jack Kerner was on his back.
And Kerner got there just before the ball arrived and ended up contacting Keandre Lambert Smith.
Pass interference. Defense number 28. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
John O'Neill, your referee today.
Here's Lambert Smith as he's coming across, and you're going to see Kerner definitely contacts him before that ball arrives. Now you've got 1st and goal for Penn State. They've really struggled in short yardage, Gus. Short yardage trying to run the football. They were terrible last week against Indiana. We'll see if they've figured it out here against Iowa.
1st down and goal at the 2. Noah Cain in the backfield. And Noah Cain looking, leaning. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Fourth rushing touchdown of the season for Noah Cain.
Nice job up front. You're going to see some good blocking on the outside, but then you're also going to see a second effort from the back, Noah Cain, who was a game-time decision, being banged up the last couple of weeks. Watch him spin right here, and that spin and the reach with the football just gets over the goal line for a Nittany Lion touchdown.
Jordan Stout comes in to attempt the extra point. And it's good. 9 plays, 75 yards. And the Nittany Lions run it in the end zone to take a 7-3 lead. Former Michigan star quarterback Jim Harbaugh makes his debut. Hollywood! Who is this kid? Where'd he come from?
He originated out of Hollywood, Florida.
Partner Joe Flatt, welcome back, man.
How you doing, man?
Looking forward to this.
Hey, let's get it kicked off, huh?
Earthquake! He hit it! Dicker, the kicker!
He might never hit a better kick than that in his life.
Well, let me just say, I am honored to work with the best in the business. Gus, Joel, you have been like family to me on the road. And I got to say, Gus, you're looking great. You look the same. Joel, I appreciate that you've kind of updated the hairdo. Had to say it. Had to say it.
Hey, that was cold-blooded right there.
Hey, partner, I just want to say, man, it's been an honor and a privilege. Young man, you are so talented and such a good human being.
Well,
Thank you.
as everybody in America knows, I've got the best seat in the house working next to you. Absolute legend. And we really became a family 5 years ago when Miss Taft came along.
There you go.
Into our lives as well. Jenny, it's been wonderful having you aboard as well.
She's the best. 7-3, our score. Penn State, Iowa. Number 3 versus 4. Tomorrow night, we've got baseball action for you. The Astros go for the sweep, while Tim Anderson and the White Sox fight for their playoff lives in Game 3 of the ALDS tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern on FS1 and the Fox Sports app.
Houston team clearly built for the postseason. Wasn't a fluke. Here they are again.
Petrus off to a slow start, 1 for 5, and they'll run it with Goodson. Goodson caught in the backfield. Lucetta with the tackle. And dating back to the days of Joe Paterno, Penn State, they know how to tailor a suit for you, especially on defense.
How's that?
I mean, they're so physical and so disciplined, they always manage to give you trouble.
Well, and this one, they're confusing, they're athletic, they're long. Those safeties are smart guys. Jaquan Brisker is one of the best in America, and they just give the quarterback a lot to look at. Generally speaking, for Penn State, what you see before the snap is never what they're actually going to play after the snap.
2nd and 11. Petrus in trouble again, and he's sacked again. This time it's Curtis Jacobs, 2nd sack of the game. And this Penn State defense really firing off the football.
Normally, Penn State plays more zone on 1st and 2nd down, but they're challenging Iowa early in this game, and they are playing man coverage with that athleticism on the outside. Remember, these defensive backs, they're tall. Joey Porter, he's 6'2". Jaquan Brisker, he's 6'1". Tariq Castro Fields, he's 6 foot. They are long, athletic, and they can play that man coverage against Iowa. 3rd down and 13 at the 22. Petrus looking backside, and he'll just down the football. He had pressure in the backfield. Josiah Izzard with the pressure. What I love from Penn State as we see the pressure here is the answer. Think about this. This game looked like it was about to go in a south direction for them. They're on the run. Their quarterback throws an interception on his first snap of the game. There's Brent Pry. His defense went out, and they forced a field goal. That's a huge win. That uplifts the sideline. What did the offense do, Gus? They came back out and went right down the field for a score. What a great sequence for the Nittany Lions. Taylor will punt it away inside his own 10. Dotson the deep man. Dotson backpedaling. And it's fair caught inside the 30. A 48-yard punt. Sean Clifford looked great on his 2nd series. Let's see if he can continue after this. Fox College Football is sponsored by Pacific Life. More than 150 years strong. Protect what matters most. At the end of the quarter, we'll have one of the more emotional traditions in college football. The fans and players turn their attention away from the game to recognize the kids watching from Iowa University's Children's Hospital. 1st down at the 29. Clifford gives it to Kane. Little submarine through the line. Van Valkenburg with the tackle. A gain of 3. Well, that last series for Penn State's offense, that was a great series for Sean Clifford, who's making decisions with conviction, wasn't he, Gus? And throwing with conviction, in particular over the middle of the field. 2nd down and 7 at the 32. Clifford pulls it down underneath and incomplete. Dotson the target. Clifford under pressure. These are the downs that you cannot get yourself as a quarterback into a position where you feel like you need to force the ball in order to move the chains. Likely a low-scoring game, going to be a tight game. A punt's not a bad play here if you're Penn State. You just don't want to force the football against this defense. 3rd down and 7. Clifford has already thrown an interception from the 32. Clifford. Quarterback run. Can he get there? Yes, he can. Look at him. The Cincinnati Kid. Hopping across that 1st down marker. And he'll gain 10. What you're going to see here is after the rush, there's just a bunch of open space right up the middle. And Clifford astutely recognizes it and takes off to move the chains. 1st down to the 42. Now Clifford will throw it to the sideline. Oh, Dotson going up high, climbing the ladder to get it. And it looks like he has a 1st down as well. This guy is an amazing player, Jahan Dotson, and I've been so excited to watch him play today. I think he's one of, if not the best receiver in college football right now. And this is one of those games that you just feel like he's going to make a big impact. Sideline again. And this time, it's Cam Sullivan-Brown with the catch. Jahan Dotson from Nazareth, Pennsylvania, had 8 catches for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns last week against Indiana. 2nd and 6 at the 43. Sean Clifford goes through his progressions, lobs it deep. Intercepted. Jack Kerner. And Iowa has their 2nd turnover of the game. Ball, Hawks. Well, Clifford Brisker's going to force it. He's trying to go to Dotson. As Dotson comes over the middle, watches, he's going to fake like he's going to go across the field. And right there, he sticks his foot in the ground and he goes towards the end zone. But Kerner recognizes it, and he gets back there, and he starts to run the route for Dotson. Dotson probably should have gone into defensive mode there because Kerner had position, and he picks it off, the second of the day for the Iowa Hawkeyes. 14 on the year now for that Hawkeyes defense. That is incredible.
They had 4 interceptions in the first half last week against Maryland.
They've had 78 since 2017, most in college football. It's just outstanding stuff.
First down at the 20, and they'll hand it to Ivory Kelly-Martin. They'll gain 4.
But back to that defense, Gus, they bait you into trying either by a play caller or a quarterback. They bait you into that, and you're like, okay, it's time for a shot. But the thing is, they're always ready for that because their eyes are in the backfield and zone defense. Their eyes are always on the quarterback. So Kerner, he's not watching Dotson, who's trying to fake across the field. So he can get back and adjust and start running that route for him. Smart players, and then they can also get there into the spot and get that ball.
2nd and 6. Petrus, he'll gun it underneath, and is intercepted by the Nittany Lions, Jaquan Brisker.
Boy, Brisker, I'll tell you what, I love this guy as well. Petrus is trying to find over the middle his wide receiver, but watch as he tries to throw this, 1 too hard, and 2, it just goes up a little high. If you're going to throw the ball over the middle, you've got to frame him up. By frame him up, I mean throw it on his body. Here's from the umpire cam. You see the wide receiver's got to reach up. That's Nico Reganey. He's got to reach up. It gets tipped. Brisker is right there for the touchdown. That's an inaccurate pass from Petrus. He's got to throw that down into the chest of the wide receiver.
3 interceptions combined in the first 10 minutes and 16 seconds. We told you, folks, these are 2 of the best defenses in America. First down, Penn State, and it's Lee this time. Jack Campbell brings him down.
You just get the sense, too, like neither of these teams is going to go anywhere. So it's not like you're going to run away and hide. At least it doesn't feel that way on either of these defenses. And so you just got to keep plugging away. But that's where, again, it goes back to patience from the play caller, from the quarterbacks. They got to do their job on every snap.
2nd down and 8. High snap handle, play fake. Clifford on his back foot, lets it go, and it's caught. Keandre Lambert-Smith, and he goes down deep inside Iowa territory. Well, a 30-yard reception. Riley Moss with the tackle, and Lambert-Smith is hurt.
What they're going to do here is they're going to get on a combo, and they're going to get Dotson going across the middle of the field, and then you've got the corner route, and they just clear out the zone, and then they allow Lambert-Smith to come across, find that area along the sideline, and he's the one shaken up at the end of the play as Riley Moss tripped him up right next to the sideline.
Keandre Lambert-Smith, sophomore from Norfolk, Virginia. We'll be back right after this. Keandre Lambert-Smith limps off the field, and he has 3 catches today, 16 on the season, 3rd leading receiver behind Dotson and Washington. And hopefully he can walk that off and get back into this game.
And now Penn State with just an unbelievable opportunity here to open up a bit of a lead. 2-possession lead against a team that offensively, Iowa's not built to come back. They got the 122nd ranked total offense in college football. They need the lead. They've got to play that way in order to play that suffocating style of defense and run the ball. So this is a huge sequence here for the Nittany Lions.
First down and goal at the 7. Devin Ford in the backfield with Clifford. And Clifford drops it off to Ford, and he'll tumble forward. And pick up 3 yards. Seth Benson defensively for Iowa. Second and goal at the 4. Clifford, he'll run it. Clifford with a hole. Clifford dives. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Sean Clifford using his legs.
We've seen it a couple of times now from Clifford. One on a scramble to move the chains on a third down. And there, this is a designed quarterback draw. Really good call from Mike Yursich, the offensive play caller. He gets a lead back in there, and Clifford dives for the end zone. And Mom is a happy camper. You bet. Clifford settled down after those couple of interceptions that he's thrown and continued to lead his team down for touchdowns.
4 plays covering 39 yards off the interception. Stout with the extra point. And it's good. Penn State has run 13 plays in Iowa territory already today. Nittany Lions up on the road.
Thrown it for over 100 yards. He's 9 of 14. Sean Clifford is against, again, one of the best defenses coming into today in college football. This is a defense that last week forced 7 turnovers. Really led to that rout of Maryland, and Penn State has not been afraid, have they? They have come in and they have tested Kirk Ferentz' group through the air and allowed Clifford to go throw the ball. Already 14 attempts. We still have 3:21 left in the first quarter.
And Stout sends it away deep. The offense will come back onto the field. Let's go back and take a look at the turnovers in this game.
Well, this was the first snap of the game for Penn State, and you got the feeling like, well, this is not going to end well. A short field for Iowa, but they held to a field goal. Here's another interception. They tried to go for a home run to Dotson. Kerner makes an excellent play, but then Petrus makes a mistake. Ball is high over the middle. It gets tipped up, and Jaquan Brisker is able to get the pick, and Penn State turned that into points. And it's important to note, Penn State now has been down there near the goal line a couple of times, and they've been able to punch it in for touchdowns, while Iowa, in their one series in the red area, they did not.
From the 25, Goodson trying to get going, and Tyler Goodson breaking tackles. Jaquan Brisker finally stops him, but he gains 20 yards. And you just get the feeling, Joel, that Brisker is saying to all of us, just give me the football.
Yeah, Goodson. I agree, because they have been so good running the football against Penn State. I wouldn't say they've been great during the course of the year, but you look back at last year's game against Penn State, they ran it really well. This is Jaquan Brisker. That is not what a Nittany Lion fan wants to see, is Jaquan Brisker down. He's kind of the heart and soul of this defense as the safety. He's the alpha. He's the dude. He keys the defense, and he's a game changer, as we've seen countless times already this year. The 4th down stop against Auburn in the wideout inside the 10-yard line. He had the 4th down interception against Graham Mertz in the Wisconsin game that basically saved the game in week 1 for Penn State. He just continues to make plays, and now this Iowa offense will have to rethink how they want to attack Penn State if Brisker is not going to be on the field.
Now Brisker gets up. Looks like he's okay.
And Gus, remember in our game against Penn State, he was having some of those shoulder issues, and he was constantly down during that game, but he is a warrior, this guy. He stayed in that game. They played 95 snaps against the Badgers, and he was out there making plays late in the 4th quarter. This is not the last we're going to see of number 1 today. I almost assure you of that.
Preseason All-American. Last play, though, for Tyler Goodson, 20 yards. Goodson in the backfield. He'll run right again, hit the sideline, and get out of bounds inside Penn State territory. Brandon Smith pushes him out of bounds. Let's go downstairs and check in with Jen.
Well, just a quick update for you guys. Defensive tackle P.J. Mustipher obviously has not been back in this one. He was in and out of the medical tent, back on the bike. His dad was even down here checking on him. They're not worried about something too serious, but it is that left knee. He's got a brace on it, and Franklin has said he has done everything right for this defense. A big loss for them right now.
All right, Jen, thank you. 2nd and 4. Out of the eye. Goodson running left this time with a hole, and he'll pick up the 1st down. Curtis Jacobs with the tackle. I have a feeling if Coach Ferentz feeds this young man the football today, it's going to be a good thing for Iowa.
Well, they needed to calm everything down just in the sense of this game, and Brian Ferentz knows that. Of course, he's Kirk's son. He knows he needs to get the ball to Tyler Goodson, and one of the things they've been great at is running into the short side of the field. So that would be their left right now, and they did it great last year against Penn State, and they're doing it so far this year as well.
On first down, Goodson, though, this time he's gobbled up. Curtis Jacobs. Looks like he came off the edge, and that's a 2-yard loss. Why do they run to the short side of the field? What's the philosophy behind
Well,
that?
because you've got things like this coming from the outside. Here they're going to dial up a blitz, Brent Pry, and he's trying to get back to that short side. But Gus, in college with the wide hash marks, defenses have to make up their mind whether they're going to set the strength of their defense based on your formation or based on the space of the field. Obviously, this is the space of the field. This is the space into the boundary. You've got to decide whether you're going to set your defense there. Penn State likes to set their defense towards the field, and it leaves numbers back to that short side for the run game.
Petrus throwing up the sideline, incomplete. Tracy, the target. Fans not happy with some of the play calls right now. Johnny Dixon in coverage.
I think they were looking for an interference there down the sideline. As you look, Johnny Dixon clearly has a hold of the wide receiver. Should have been a flag. I agree with the fans there. But as such, it's 3rd down, and here we go. Penn State, another opportunity to come after Petrus. This is a down that they like to blitz on.
3rd down and 12 at the 45. Petrus steps into his throw underneath, and is it caught? They say it's a catch, or do they? It is a catch.
There's Laporta, and the helmet comes off. I don't think that was a catch, and now they're correctly ruling that it was not a catch. I think there was some confusion of whether it was the ball or the helmet that they were seeing rolling around. Unfortunately for Iowa, it was both that hit the ground. And they're going to have to punt it away.
Torrey Taylor will punt it from the 41. Jahan Dotson is the deep man for the Nittany Lions. And Dotson lets it go over his head and into the end zone for a touchback. Check out the Fox Sports 5G View app, powered by Samsung Galaxy for interactive 4D views from today's Maryland at Ohio State game. Available only on 5G enabled Android devices.
Iowa got the opening kick, which means this Penn State team has a huge opportunity. I know it's a long field and only 56 seconds, but what an opportunity here to potentially get points and then get the ball.
Clifford, screen, caught. Dotson with the running room across the 30-yard line. Dropped by Matt Hawkins, but he gains 12.
I got confused there. It's still the first quarter. It's been a long first quarter, and I was thinking about getting the ball in the start of the 3rd quarter, but here we go.
First down. Clifford rolling to the sideline. Dotson again. He advances the football up the field. Solid run after the catch. Jack Campbell, 7-yard gain.
This is the fastest as far as tempo as we've seen Penn State play on a consistent basis this year. They'll play with tempo at times, but not like this in terms of a pace that is throughout the drive.
2nd down and 3. Sean Clifford. And out of play.
One reason we don't see this tempo usually from Penn State is because they like to get into what's called a check with me, where they'll stand up, look over their sideline, and say, okay, now what do we want to run based on the defensive look? But Iowa never changes, so there's no reason to check over there because they're in the exact same structure on generally every single snap. There's Mike Yursich now. Big call here on 3rd down.
New offensive coordinator for the Nittany Lions. Third down and 3. Clifford. Sideline. Caught. Kane out of the backfield and a first down. Jack Campbell pushes him out of bounds. But Penn State keeping the chains moving. Mike Yurcich, tell me about him, partner. What makes him special?
Well, he's been in a lot of great places as far as offense goes. He went from Shippensburg. He got hired by Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State as somewhat of an unknown. He was there for a long time, a part of great offenses at Oklahoma State. Went for a year at Ohio State, then to Texas, was on a great offense last year at Texas, and here he is at Penn State.
And join together in sending our support and encouragement to the kids and their families watching the game.
I'm just looking for a happy ending. All I'm looking for is you. I came a long way. You're the reason I still feel. No matter what you ever say. You came a long way. What did I do wrong? And I thought that I might drown. I don't know what I was doing. I just know I was going down. That's when she found.
Wade can go a long way. Thank you, fans, for sending your support to the kids across
Such a special moment. What a special moment in Iowa. Fox College Football is sponsored by Geico. (14-3). We start the second quarter in Iowa City. And your thoughts on this game so far?
Well, Penn State has played a great game so far, and they already have 155 yards. This Iowa defense has only given up a little over 250 yards per game. So this offense has played so good.
First down at the 48. Clifford looking backside and incomplete. Kane was the target. They were trying to set up a screen over there. Clifford threw it behind him.
Clifford's had a good history here against the Hawkeyes. This is Iowa's first time trailing by 11+ points in a home game at the end of the first quarter since 2012 against this Penn State team. But in 2019, Clifford started and won 17-12, did not throw an interception, ran for 52 yards in that one.
2nd and 10, play action fake. Clifford hit as he throws, and he really put that one on the money to Jahan Dotson. Clifford, his 13 completions today. He's gone to 7 different receivers, so he's spreading it around, playing point guard. 2nd and 10. Dotson. And Joel, what are these little short hitch-like, screen-like plays that Penn State's running on both sides of the field?
Well, right. That last play was like a triple option. So Clifford has the ability to give the ball to Noah Kane on the run in the interior. If that's taken away by the defense, he can run it around the edge, or he can flip it to Dotson, who's got 2 blockers in front of him on that short side of the field.
First down. And they'll hand it off. Kane will get across the line of scrimmage. Gain a yard, maybe 2. Jack Campbell defensively.
One thing they've done a nice job of doing is that they're taking the easy throws. A lot of times people get behind Iowa and they feel like they've got to press the ball down the field, over the middle of the field, and that's where Iowa is at their best. And Mike Yurcich knows that he can stay on the edges, and when they're on the edges, that's when Penn State is at their best offensively.
2nd and 7. Clifford. And incomplete. If there is a weakness on this Iowa team, what is Coach Yurcich looking at?
Well, the nature of their coverage can allow for a big play. In particular, if you've got a guy like Dotson, because the safeties play so heavy in the middle of the field, and they want to come down and get all over those underneath routes. So at times you can get up and over the top. Last year, Dotson had a long touchdown in the game in Happy Valley against this Iowa team.
3rd down and 7 at the 39. Washington in motion. Clifford bounces out of the pocket, gets downhill, picks up the 1st down and more, hits the sideline, and the Cincinnati Kid picks up big real estate.
They played 2 safeties way back and then man underneath. Here's the 2 safeties that you're going to see from Iowa. When they do that, there's nobody for the quarterback. Any experienced quarterback knows that if you've got to take off, you do it immediately, and there's no one there for you. It's going to be a big run. Clifford, again, moving the chains with his feet. It's been a huge factor here early in this game.
1st down at the Iowa 17. Play fake. They swing it out. Dotson. It'll gain 4, maybe 5. Seth Benson.
With the way Iowa's offense plays, this is a huge moment for the Iowa defense. They have got to stop Penn State and at least force a field goal here. A touchdown would go a long way for Penn State.
2nd and 7 at the 14. Sean Clifford backs it up and throws it away.
Here's going to be their chance on 3rd down. Now on 3rd down, what they've done during the course of this game so far is they've played with deep safeties and man coverage underneath. Gus, that's allowed Clifford to run the ball. Earlier series, they ran it on a draw type play to Clifford, and out of what looks to be an empty set, this is a style of formation that you could get one of those quarterback draws if these linebackers stay split.
3rd down and 7. Penn State 5 for 5 on conversions. Clifford, here comes a blitz, incomplete. Shot out of a cannon, Jack Campbell. It looks like it was delayed, Joel.
It was delayed. Watch Jack Campbell. He's just going to shuffle, and then he's going to come right into the face and hit Sean Clifford right in the chest. Clifford knows he's got to get rid of that ball, and that takes a lot of courage because you know you're going to get hit right under that arm when you go up, and he still tries to give his tight end a chance, and Britton Strange just unable to get it. Probably lucky that that wasn't picked off by Kerner.
Jordan Stout in to attempt a 32-yarder. And it's good. 17-3 Penn State. The number 4 team in the nation taking on the 3rd-ranked Hawkeyes, leading on the road. Fox College Football is sponsored by Discover, the official card of the Big Ten Conference. The reason why we are showing you a Minnesota-Wisconsin game from 1962 is because before today, this was the last time a top 5 matchup in the Big Ten didn't include either Ohio State or Michigan. The game was for the Big Ten championship, and Wisconsin came away victorious 14-9. How about those Buckeyes? Watch out. Watch out for the world-famous Ohio State Buckeyes.
Someone was asking me the other day, they were like, well, what do you think about Ohio State? And I was like, let me pose you a question. What if they were on your schedule next week? How would you feel about that?
Nittany Lions send it away, and it's out of the end zone for a touchback.
Pacific Life Game Summary sponsored by Pacific Life, more than 150 years strong. And take a look at what's gone on, and it's been all Nittany Lions. 193 total yards, and Sean Clifford's been very good, 15 of 25 already for 146. He has thrown a couple of picks, but that have not hurt them. Meanwhile, on the offensive side for Iowa, nothing going. Petrus just 1 of 9 for 14 yards and an interception. The one bright spot for Iowa has been, as you've mentioned, Gus, Tyler Goodson. They got to continue to feed him here, get him going, and try to slow down this game a little bit.
1st down from the 25. Goodson breaks it back, and Goodson swarmed. He'll lose maybe 5 yards. And that time it was Derek Tangelo and Jalen Reed.
It's so fascinating to me because I think Iowa is best running the football with their fullback in the game, number 38, Monty Pottebaum. They were great in that set and personnel group last year against Penn State. And they've been very good running it with the fullback today, and they just have not gone back to it. It's not been consistent.
2 sacks, 6 tackles for loss for the Nittany Lions. 2nd and 14. Petrus underneath. He has Goodson. And Goodson crashes forward. Tariq Castro Fields, Ellis Brooks combining on the tackle. 17 straight points for Penn State after giving up the short field goal in the early going.
And that last drive for Penn State was a long one. This defense needs a rest right now. They've already faced 33 plays. So this is an important conversion for Iowa, even just to keep their defense on the sideline for Kirk Ferentz.
3rd down and 6. Petrus to throw it. Looking incomplete and a flag. Charlie Jones was the intended receiver. Hardy in coverage.
Pass interference. Defense number 25. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Daquan Hardy, he's trying to locate the ball, and because it's underthrown, his momentum is just taking him right into the chest of Charlie Jones. Pretty easy flag. 3 officials threw their flag, and a huge conversion there for Iowa. This time due to penalty, but they're able to keep their defense on the field and try to figure this thing out offensively. Again, I think they need to get the fullback on the field and get to that run game. Gus, Tyler Goodson's been the best player for them on the field, and he's not even out here now. It's going to be Ivory Kelly Martin in the backfield. But here's your fullback, Potabom.
First penalty for Penn State. Each team with 1. And it's Kelly Martin. He'll pick up 2.
Pretty obvious that the passing game is not going to create a lot of space because of those athletes that Penn State have at the 2nd level and the 3rd level. And so they're going to need to play action. Well, in order to play action and fake that run game, you've got to establish the run first. And even though they haven't run it great this year, they've got to get back to that in order to build towards success later in the game.
2nd and 8. Kelly Martin. And he'll crawl forward. Be about a yard and a half short of the first down. Yair Brown with the tackle.
And these are those important conversions. And again, Iowa, they do 2 things in short yardage that are different than most people. They will give it to the fullback, Potabom 38, and they will sneak it a ton, even on 3rd and short.
Hawkeyes need a yard. And a timeout. We'll take a quick break. Fox College Football is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage. For the playbook on home loans, Rocket can. Don't forget, you can find all of Joel's Breaking the Huddle content, including his weekly top 10 rankings at foxsports.com, the Fox Sports app, and CFB on Fox social platforms. What do you got?
Man, we're going to have to look at that OU comeback. How about the Sooners coming all the way back after that terrible start, basically benching Spencer Rattler. Caleb Williams bringing the Sooners back for a victory in the Red River Showdown.
3rd down and 1 at the 47 for Iowa. Inside handoff, Potabom. And he'll pick up the first down and plenty more.
There's that handoff to the fullback, and make no mistake about it, Potabom's not just in there to be a lead blocker. This is the type of guy that they can hand that dive off to, and he even slid out a gap, didn't run into the back of the offensive line, and he's able to go, but then he wants contact. He's a fullback at heart, Gus, so even when he's open in the open field, he's like, where's somebody to hit? Even with the ball in his hands, he goes and he lowers the shoulder.
6'1", 246. Petrus hit as he throws, incomplete. Curtis Jacobs with pressure. Seems like this Penn State team partner has some exotic looking blitz packages.
It's one of the best parts about Brent Pry, their defensive coordinator. He's very creative in what he gives the offense to look at. They come from all different spots on the field, and they'll run a lot of different coverages, and he uses the athleticism of this defense and the length of this defense to his advantage. He's confusing the quarterback, Spencer Petras, and the play caller, Brian Ferentz, at this point.
2nd down and 10. Goodson, not much. And James Franklin, Coach Pry, they go back a long way.
Long way. They were in college together. James Franklin actually was the quarterback for Brent's dad, Jim, when Jim Pry was an offensive coordinator all the way back in the day. And Jim actually told his son, Brent, he said, hey, if you're going to be a coach, go with him, James. James is going to be a star, and he has turned out to be a star. In fact, when he got the job at Vanderbilt, Gus, the first guy he called to be a part of that staff was Brent Pry. Brent said, yeah, I can be there. When do you want me? He said, tomorrow. He says, I don't know. How much are you going to pay me? He told him how much he was going to pay him. He said, okay, I'll be there tomorrow.
Money talks.
That's right.
3rd down and 9. Petras. And Petras crushed. Hung in there. Great catch. Reganey. And gets the 1st down for the Hawkeyes. 21 yards. This kid, Spencer Petras, he waited until the absolute last moment.
And he knows he's going to get hit. This is what I'm talking about from a quarterback. Those of us who have played the position, we know how hard that is. He knows he's about to get hit, and he's got to step into that throw and throw with conviction. He's going to get hit right in his face, and he puts it directly on the money to Reganey and moves the chains. Everybody here in Iowa loving that play.
1st down and 10 at the Penn State 16 for Iowa. They'll pitch it out wide. Goodson turns it up. And Tyler Goodson picks up quality real estate. Devon Ellis and Nick Tarburton combining on the tackle.
Another injured Nittany Lion. This time it's
91.
Devon Ellis. He's a good-looking young player. He was a 4-star recruit in the top 300. And it's a war of attrition here for Brent Pry's defense so far today in Iowa.
(17-3) Penn State, but Iowa knocking on the door right now. 2nd down and 6 at the Penn State 12. Wildcat formation. Goodson will play quarterback. And he hands it off out wide. Tracy turns a corner and picks up a yard. Jaquan Brisker knocks him out of bounds. Actually, they give him 3.
I just wonder if this might be an area you've gotten yourself down here. The way that this game is going, could it be 4-down territory, or would they sit there and kick a field goal? I just don't think kicking a field goal here is going to do much for Iowa. So there's a chance, even if they don't get it here on this play, that you would see the Iowa offense stay on the field.
3rd down and 3 at the 9. Petras, sideline. He's got his man. Dives. Charlie Jones. Touchdown.
They were expecting that man coverage from Penn State that they've been getting on 3rd down. And they ran a little bit of a pick play. Let's see where that ball is. He touches the pylon with that hand. At that moment, he is out of bounds, but he would get the pylon extended. I'm sure they'll take another look. Great effort right there by Charlie Jones. He was a walk-on, awarded a scholarship in 2020, transferred from Buffalo back in 2018. And here's another look as he's diving for that pylon. And when he touches it, he gets it extended, but the play is dead at that point. He's out of bounds when he touches it with that hand. So it's not where he ends up. It's where the ball is at that moment. And Gus, it looked to me like it was possibly a few inches short right there when the thumb hits the pylon.
All right, Dean Blandino, our rules expert in Los Angeles, joins us. Dean, your thoughts?
Yeah, Joel did a great job explaining the rules. As soon as the hand hits the pylon, it's over. He does get the goal line extended, but where is the ball in relation to the plane? It's really close. I think he might be just short. I just don't know if we have the looks here to say absolutely 100%.
And especially, Dean, with the view that Lachelle Nelson has, the side judge.
Field of touchdown stand.
Dean, thank you very much. So Iowa makes it a 17-9 game. Hawkeyes fighting.
That was a great drive from them. It really was, and it started with that run game. They got the run game established. They were able to get a few plays, and then the huge completion from Spencer Petras with that defense in his face.
Extra point up and good for Shudak. 11 plays, 75 yards. Hawkeyes eat up 5 minutes and 23 seconds. Things just got interesting, Joel Klatt, for head coach James Franklin.
This is Sean Clifford going back into the locker room just a moment ago, trying to locate what happened. But remember, on that last series, Gus, he did take a big shot when he let that ball go to his tight end. And now Penn State will go to Taquan Robertson.
Let's check in with Rob Stone.
All right, Gus, thank you. Coming up on the State Farm halftime, the Buckeyes blow out another Big Ten side, and then we give you a twofer of wild finishes. Red River Showdown and Ole Miss in Arkansas. Highlights you're not going to want to miss, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Stoner. Robertson has appeared in 4 games, including 2 this season. He's 5'11", under 200 pounds, redshirt sophomore from Orange, New Jersey. Saw action against both Villanova and Ball State this year, through his first career TD pass against Ball State, and he fumbles the first snap of the game. His first snap of the game.
Let's take a look at where we think that this happened. This was the last play that Penn State had offensively, and this is the hit. This was Jack Campbell, the linebacker, who hit Sean Clifford. They go down to the ground. And you can see he was wincing as he rolls over, and now Taquan Roberson in the game in a huge environment.
2nd and 13. Here's Roberson over the middle and almost intercepted. Wow. Jack Campbell.
Well, this is when your head coach, James Franklin, has to click over on the headset and tell the offensive play caller, hand the ball off. This is not a time to throw the ball with Taquan Roberson. You hand it off, you run a screen, you throw it out quickly on a quick smoke screen out to the outside, something very easy. The last thing you want to do is give this crowd more ammunition.
2nd and 13 at the 22. And they'll throw it again. Roberson, he can run.
That was a false start.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 53. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Again, they've got a great defense, one of the best in America. This is time to lean on that defense. The crowd's into it for really the first time since that early interception. You do not want Roberson throwing the ball into the teeth of one of the best pass defenses in America. This is when you hand the football off, live to play another down with a punt.
3rd down and 18. What an interesting turn of events. Roberson hands it off, and they'll go nowhere.
It was a false start before the play even happened. They couldn't hear the whistle.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Deafening inside of Kinnick. That ball just snapped a bit late from Mike Miranda as Juice Scruggs and Eric Wilson both out of their stance from the guard position.
The Hawkeye faithful smell blood. 3rd and 23. And they do it again.
to the snap. Ball start. Offense number 70. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
They're trying to snap the ball on a clap. You cannot hear the clap right now in Kinnick Stadium. Watch as Roberson, he clapped the guard and tackle, Scruggs and Wallace. They know they heard it. The center can't hear it. Fumbled snap, incompletion. Now 3 penalties on this possession.
3rd and 28. They finally get it off clean and will go nowhere with Lee. Seth Benson. So that'll bring up 4th down, and Penn State will be punting it deep in their own territory.
And more importantly than anything else, because of the miscommunications and the inability to go on a silent cadence in this frenzied environment, Gus, they lose those 15 yards. And now Iowa is going to have a chance to get the ball back with a short field.
6:05 to go. Stout punting in his own end zone, or out of his own end zone. Clean snap. Stout gets it away. Jones, the deep man, and he has it at his own 36. A 54-yard punt. And you can feel the momentum swinging in Kirk Ferentz's direction.
That's right. And listen, I love offense as much as anybody, but you know, based on the last series, what got them going was establishing the run game. That's what allows them to influence the linebackers and put them in conflict with play action pass. They've got to get back to that run. They've got plenty of time with 5:46 left.
1st down at the 36 for Petrus and the Hawkeyes. Petrus. Here's a screen. Caught. Bruce. And he'll pick up a 1st down. Ellis Brooks with the tackle.
Ooh. Brooks put a huge hit on Bruce. Arlen Bruce, a freshman, a true freshman. He's a very good player. He had 6 catches a week ago. And this Iowa coaching staff, they were raving about 2 of their freshman wide receivers. Keegan Johnson, number 6. Arlen Bruce, number 10. Here's the hit at the end. Welcome to college football. Ellis Brooks says, bam!
Officials timeout for an injured defensive player.
That's Jonathan Sutherland. He wears that number 0 because he was awarded that based on being a great leader on special teams. Slow to get up.
There's a buzz in the stadium now, folks. Hawkeye fans know that it's a different game now, partner.
As long as they're within a possession, they feel like they're in a good spot. And they got back to that 1 possession game here at 17-10.
1st down at the 47. Goodson, the single setback. Play fake. Petrus rolls, dumps it, and incomplete.
He's got to make that throw.
Reganey, the target. Why did this kid come all the way from Northern California to Iowa?
Well, he told Ginny and I quite simply, and you, Gus, yesterday, I wanted to play in the Big Ten. The stadiums don't feel like this on the West Coast. And listen, we've been around. We understand that. Pac-12 doesn't feel like this. This Big Ten football is different. There's a different energy in Kinnick Stadium, in particular on a day like today in a top 5 matchup.
2nd down and 10 at the 47. Petrus over the middle, caught by his tight end, Luke Lachey. And for more on the Iowa quarterback, let's go downstairs to Jenny.
Well, you guys mentioned how Petrus fell in love with the atmosphere here. The same is true for Tyler Goodson. He's from SEC country, from Georgia. He came here, he fell in love with the family atmosphere. He said, the cornfields at first, I wasn't so sure, but my mom saw the look on my face. I was sold after this visit. He had to do a little convincing for his dad, but this place is home, and that is what you continue to hear about this Iowa football program.
Thank you, Jen. First down at the 42. Goodson bottled up and taken down for a loss. Seventh time Penn State has tackled Iowa for a loss. 2 sacks as well. Izzard defensively.
Look at all these players in the box. Penn State selling out right now to stop the run. Safety's down and low. You even got the strong safety. He's down and low. Curtis Jacobs has walked in tight. They understand what I've been talking about, which is that the bread and butter for Iowa is trying to establish that run game and then get to the play action after that. And Penn State doing a nice job from Brent Pry, understanding the game plan and trying to react accordingly.
Second down and 12 at the 44. Here's a handoff to Goodson. And Goodson with a little hole, and he'll get through it. Lucada defensively, 2-yard gain.
You're at the, I know it sounds crazy, but with the wind blowing hard right to left, you're at the edge of field goal range right now. You would not want to try something this long. So gaining some positive yards here is imperative for a potential field goal opportunity. Remember the last third down we saw Petrus step up. Gus made a heck of a throw with pressure in his face.
Petrus started the game 1 for 9, but he's 5 for his last 7. Iowa with 2 timeouts left. Petrus, here's another screen, but this time it was read perfectly by Jaquan Brisker. Bruce with the catch, no gain.
Brisker's so good. The recognition that he has of offensive concepts and the speed with which he closes is just phenomenal. I love watching him play. He was a transfer from Lackawanna Junior College there in Pennsylvania in 2018. He was a first-team junior college All-American. He was the #1 junior college recruit from that level coming into Penn State, and he has been outstanding this year and even today as well.
So the Penn State defense turns away Iowa. Taylor will punt it. Dots in the deep man. And this one down deep in Penn State territory. I tell you what, Taylor has done a fine job punting the football today, a 39-yarder. Terry Roberts in coverage for the Hawkeyes. Make sure to grab your front row seat to a historic heavyweight championship trilogy between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. It all goes down tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, live on pay-per-view. Buy now on the Fox Sports app and watch on any screen you want. Roberson still in at quarterback. He'll start from his own 3. Dumps it to the near side. Lambert Smith. It'll pick up 3.5, 4. Noah Shannon with the tackle.
Everything that they do offensively is going to have to be through the lens of the young quarterback on the field and what he can handle. You don't want him dropping back and straight drop back and reading out this defense. So everything's going to have to be quick on the edge, potentially utilizing his legs, Gus, in the zone read game and allowing him to get on the edge and even run it himself.
2nd and 5. Play action. Roberson winds up. Intercepted again. Riley Moss.
Moss is still down after the interception, but he did an unbelievable job of running the route for Dotson. They're trying to go to Jahan Dotson. There's Riley still on the ground. He knows the most dangerous thing against this structure of defense is a post. So watch his eyes in the backfield, and he's like, I know exactly where he's going, and he takes off. And he runs the route. Roberson way overthrows this. Moss is there. He's able to pick the ball off.
Riley Moss had 2 pick sixes in the first half of the season opening win over Indiana. He's Iowa's highest rated defender according to Pro Football Focus.
And he was celebrating a bit and went down as he was trying to run and even kind of jump around with his teammates. So that is scary. Non-contact injury after the play. He goes down and will go into the medical tent. And that would be a huge loss for Iowa, as he has been one of the best defensive backs in all of America with 4 interceptions on the year. It's the most in college football.
Young man had no scholarship offers when he visited Iowa back in 2016. First down at the 45 for Spencer Petras. Petras sets up, hit, and the ball is caught. Charlie Jones, no gain.
Got to try to attack the seams of this defense right up the hash. That's where Wisconsin could have had a big play late in that game in a 2-minute drive scenario. They've got to get up the middle part of that defense.
Iowa with 2 timeouts left. Petras again just drops it off over the middle, this time to Goodson.
Got a couple of timeouts. They're going to let the clock run here. Third down, got to convert.
Petras looking and incomplete, so that'll bring up 4th down. Laporta, the intended receiver.
That was a time for a timeout, because if you don't convert, you can't go for this right now at 44 seconds and give Penn State a chance, if you don't convert, to throw a ball into the end zone. You had 2 timeouts right there. They needed to gather themselves and make sure that they were going up and converting there. That was a great time, actually. If you wanted to play fast and not take a timeout, just go quarterback sneak, then take a timeout. So certainly some poor game management there for Iowa on that last series.
So Torrey Taylor back on to send it away. Jahan Dotson will return it. And Dotson has it at the 11. Don't forget, at halftime, Rob Stone, Brady Quinn, Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, and Bob Stoops are standing by with the State Farm halftime show right here from Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City. (17-10). 2 undefeateds. Number 3 versus number 4. Second half, folks. Stick around. It's about to get really interesting.
I don't think they can let Roberson throw the ball here. I think you just got to run the ball going at halftime with a 17-10 lead.
And they'll run it and go nowhere. Noah Kane. And I think Iowa knows that Roberson isn't going to throw the ball.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But you just can't chance it.
Iowa calls a timeout.
A moment ago, Riley Moss heading up to the locker room. Of course, he was injured on that last defensive series after an interception. We'll see what his status is for the rest of the game.
And Penn State will take a knee and head into the locker room with that 7-point lead. And Iowa calls another timeout. They are out of timeouts now.
Make fitness routine with Pure Protein.
High protein, low sugar. Tastes great.
High protein, low sugar. So good.
High protein, low sugar. Birthday cake.
Pure Protein bars and shakes for every fitness routine.
I'm 53, but in my mind, I'm still 35. That's why I take OsteoBiflex, to keep me moving the way I was made to. It nourishes and strengthens my joints for the long term.
OsteoBiflex, plus vitamin D for immune support.
Welcome back, 17-10, 3rd down, 15 at the 7. And some movement on the right side of the Penn State offensive line.
Ball start. Offense, number 73. Half the distance to the goal, still 3rd down.
Well, this is why you take a timeout if you're Iowa. You're just forcing him to snap. Remember, on the first snap of the game for Roberson, he dropped the snap. And they take a knee out of the shotgun. He's going to have to make sure that he just plows into the back of the offensive line and that he's not in the end zone. And James Franklin's doing a really smart thing here, partner. He's going to call a timeout and make sure his young quarterback understands the situation and, more importantly, the place on the field that he's at.
All right, some early game highlights. Cincinnati continues to roll after that huge win last week in South Bend. Oklahoma comes back.
Wild comeback, wasn't it?
And the world-famous Ohio State Buckeyes, they're back. 66-17. Michigan State still killing them. 31-13 over Rutgers.
How about the Big Ten East? My goodness.
Murderers row.
Best division in college football.
Third down and 19. Here comes a blitz. And that should take us to the end of the first half. 17-10. Penn State. James Franklin has work to do at the break. What is the status of Sean Clifford? The biggest question surrounding this team. Robin and Guys coming up on the halftime show right here from Kinnick Stadium after this.
Some pop, some lock, some move robotic. Like cash money, I stay in pop.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Geico. We're ready to start the second half here in Iowa City. 3 versus 4, and look what we've got, folks. 17-10, our score. Penn State with the lead, but some big questions lying ahead with Sean Clifford.
Yep.
The quarterback of the Nittany Lions. He went into the locker room.
Late in that quarter, and offensively, they lost all of the momentum that they had on offense, and it was really a tale of 2 quarters. First, Penn State playing so well on offense, and then finally Iowa getting back in this ball game. We'll show you some of those highlights. Noah Kane rolling to his left. He gets the ball across the goal line. Sean Clifford, he had ran the ball so effectively in that first half. Here he dives for a touchdown. And then finally Iowa was able to chip back into this ball game. Charlie Jones dives for the pylon. He was in, and then here's the injury, Gus, that you were speaking of. This is where we think it happened. You see Sean Clifford reaching for that back. Left in the second quarter, and they just were not the same offensively with a young quarterback, Taquan Roberson, in the ball game. So here's Clifford now on the sideline in street clothes, and that is not good for Penn State. 3 drives, no points, -1 yards, and a pick since that injury. So as we look at the first half stats, sponsored by Geico, this is what we saw. 41 rush yards for Penn State, 56 for Iowa. And Clifford had done, Gus, such a good job through the air. They had 151 yards throwing the football. They were quality on third down as well, 5 of 8. 7 points off of turnovers, but now Clifford on the sideline becomes a cheerleader, and he's going to have to help out this offense and this young quarterback, Taquan Roberson. It's his show now.
Roberson was the #9 dual-threat quarterback in the nation coming out of DePaul Catholic High School in Orange, New Jersey by one organization. In his final 2 years of high school, he passed for nearly 5,000 yards and 59 touchdowns and rushed for another 900 yards. So we will see now what he's all about. Let's go downstairs to Jenny.
Well, guys, of course, you saw Sean Clifford walk back out here. Coach Franklin would not reveal the specifics of the injury, but he said Taquan Roberson will be just fine. He's confident in the moment. We need to run the ball. We need to mix in the pass. Our defense has been playing our butts off. They will continue to lead the way for Penn State. And in terms of Iowa, guys, Coach Ferentz admitted a bit of a slow start for the Hawkeyes. Need to keep that momentum going. Mix in the run game. Gus Stroll, I know you've wanted to see it all day. And in terms of defensively, got to keep our foot on the gas. And I will get an update on Riley Moss, that defensive back status as well for you guys.
All right, Jenny, thank you very much. So, Taquan Roberson will start at his own 25-yard line. Coach Franklin said it'll be just fine. We'll see right now. Noah Cain in the backfield. And they hand it off to Cain, and he'll plunge forward for a couple.
This QB room was full last year. Remember, Penn State had Will Levis. Will Levis actually started against Iowa a year ago. Clifford replaced him in that game. Will Levis then transferred to Kentucky. Micah Bowen's a quarterback. He transferred to Oklahoma. And now you're down to Taquan Roberson, who's a very talented player, but this is how the transfer portal has affected college football and really thinned out some of these quarterback rooms across the country.
2nd down and 7 at the 28. And it's Cain.
Levis is playing so well for Kentucky, Gus.
Yeah, big win against Florida.
Ranked now. They beat Florida at home for the first time since 1986. So he's playing well there for the Wildcats.
3rd and 5 at the 30. Roberson to throw it to the sideline, and incomplete. Strange, that one goes in and out of his hands. And Penn State 3 and out as they open up the second half.
This is a really good ball on the outside. That's exactly where you need to put it. Britton Strange has got to bring that in. He was a Mackey Award list guy at the beginning of the year, and certainly a catch he needs to make, in particular for a young quarterback trying to get his feet wet.
Stout will punt it away from the 15. Charlie Jones ready to receive it at the 20. Jones from the 12. Jones at the 20. Jones, and a flag on the play. Charlie Jones with a solid run back as Curtis Jacobs wraps him up on special teams.
This one's going to come back, though. They're going to get a little block in the back on 27, Jermari Harris. That's where the flag came out as Jones sidestepped the first Penn State player down in coverage.
During the return, illegal block in the back, return team number 27. Foul will be half the distance to the end, half the distance to the goal. First down.
It's Harris, 27. There's a little bit of contact with the left hand. He tries to put his hands up. Universal sign for I just did something wrong, and there's the flag that comes out. Well, this Iowa offense, they got back on track a bit in that second quarter, and they did so through the run game, and then Petrus making a couple of big throws on 3rd down.
Petrus 9 of 20 in this game, 83 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. He's been sacked twice. Here's the handoff, Goodson. So we told you coming into this game that these are two of the best defenses in the country, and both these teams have good quarterbacks, not great quarterbacks. Now it looks like Penn State really has to rely on this defense to shut down the Hawkeyes.
There's no doubt about it. And the defense, to some extent, I know they've got the lead, but it's going to have to do something to give their offense a boost, a short field, some sort of turnover, maybe even score themselves in the second half.
Special teams may be a big factor in this game now. Petrus rolling out of the pocket, looking. Petrus turns it up and gets chopped down. Ellis Brooks went for his legs, and Petrus gets up limping.
Well, that's not who you want to run into in the middle of the field. This guy is an absolute monster. Ellis Brooks is 6'1", 241 pounds, and he can seriously hit. There he goes right after that left leg. Petrus gets up limping just a bit. You got to be careful for your quarterback going right over the middle right there. That does not feel good.
3rd down and 3 at the 14. Empty set now. Goodson lines up in the backfield. Petrus, quick throw underneath, caught, and a first down. Nicely done, Charlie Jones. Charlie Jones knows how to get open, Joel.
He does, and he knows how he can just settle in that middle of the field. Watches the blitz is going to come. They're going to bring the blitz right up the middle of the field. Petrus recognizes it, but more importantly, Charlie Jones recognizes it, and he just settles ever so slightly. He didn't stop, but he just settles ever so slightly so he doesn't run into Ellis Brooks. He's able to get the conversion. First down, Hawks.
Petrus 9 for his last 12. First down. Pottebaum in the backfield. Goodson squeezing through the hole, and a flag.
This is on the quarterback. You hear me talk about the operation of the offense a lot, right? We're going to be having an illegal motion right here because Pottebaum, the fullback, was trying to communicate to the tailback Goodson, and Petrus never let him get back and set for a beat before he snapped the ball. That's on the quarterback. He's got to allow his guys the time to get set.
Illegal motion. Offense number 38. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
As a quarterback, you've got to understand what's going on.
How is he supposed to know? He's got his back.
He turned around and checked the play, so he understands that Pottebaum walked back, and even if you're the fullback, you got to shout and say, "I'm not set yet." Maybe a tough ask there of the quarterback. And as a former, I just always assume if anything happens like that, I always blame the quarterback. Tough critic, I guess.
First and 15. Petrus, quick strike. And this is Tracy with the grab, and they hop on him quickly. Tariq Castro Fields. Some feel that all four of the guys on the back end for Penn State could be pros. Tariq Castro Fields, Jaquan Brisker, Jair Brown, and Joey Porter.
Yeah, and it won't surprise me at all to look up in 2 or 3 years and see Jaquan Brisker as a captain in the NFL and a Pro Bowler. I don't know if he's going to get selected in the first round, Gus, but he's going to stick because this guy is an absolute player.
Second and 11 at the 17, underneath, and it's caught. Regaining. Brisker with the tackle.
Well, Iowa has had a lot of success on these third downs over the middle because of the man coverage and some of the blitzing that has been going on from Penn State. Their defensive coordinator, Brent Pry. We'll see if they go back to that spot. And we'll see if Penn State wants to continue to bring pressure.
Third down and 6 at the 22. Here's Petrus in trouble, and he just lobs it into the stands.
Heck of a series there for Penn State, and a really good play call from Brent Pry. I told you he's been blitzing a lot. Watch this. He's going to drop 9 guys into coverage. He's going to fake a little bit of blitz, and then watch those defensive tackles even drop out right in the middle where they've been throwing those over routes. This is what I love about football. That's the chess match. Brent Pry understanding how he's being attacked and then adjusting accordingly.
Torrey Taylor from inside his own 10. Dotson would love to get a shot at it. He will from the 30, and he's swarmed. Harlan Bruce with the tackle on special teams. Fox College Football is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. And by Wendy's, official breakfast of NCAA football. Welcome back to Iowa City. As Penn State comes back on the field, they'll have it at the 32. Mike Yurcich, what's going through your mind? You got a young quarterback in the game. Your leader is in street clothes.
I think you've got to allow your young quarterback to play fast. How do you do that? Gus, you do that by taking the thinking away from him. Call tank plays. Things that he doesn't have to check at the line of scrimmage, or more importantly, read out over the middle of the field. Short screens on the outside, things that he can execute quickly.
Roberson running the football himself, and he'll spin forward and pick up 9 yards. Remember, number 9, dual threat quarterback in the nation. He can run. 2nd and 1. They hand it off to Lee. First down, Penn State.
Remember, early in the game, they used the tempo When they were operating quickly, they had the most success, and it gave the looks that they needed to just get the ball out of Sean Clifford's hand quickly. And they're going to utilize it here with Roberson.
First down at the 45. Roberson to Lee. Trying to ride his tackle on that right side. He'll pick up a couple. Marquez with the stop. Second and 8. Roberson dancing. High throw caught. Nicely done. And that's Cam Sullivan-Brown helping out his young quarterback. Justin Jacobs with the tackle. 11-yard gain.
What a catch. Going up the ladder to get that done.
First down to the 41. High snap. Roberson handles it. Steps up. On the move again. Dives. And another first down.
Iowa is susceptible to that quarterback draw, that quarterback run all day long because those linebackers sink so heavy into coverage. It's one of the reasons why they're great in pass defense and get so many tip balls for interception, but here they're getting hurt.
First down at the 30. Roberson again with the run. Roberson slick. Crosses. Dives. Picks up 6. Clifford. Penn State quickly to the line of scrimmage. Roberson sideline, throws a dime. Dotson.
You see the quick plays, the quick decision, taking all of that out of the quarterback's head and allowing him to play fast. He's clearly a sensational athlete, throwing some beautiful passes on this series. That one on the outside thrown with some conviction there. They're doing a great job here offensively.
Young man from Jersey starting to get loose. First and 10 at the 19. Roberson hands it off to Lee. But how great is this, Joe? All of a sudden, out of nowhere, the number 3 versus number 4 team playing each other. You're the backup quarterback. You're young. You're on the road. Now you got to go in and ball.
Hey, and you know what you get from the coach?
What?
A slap on the butt. That's all you get, man. Listen, you got to go out there, but this is what dreams are made of right here.
Second and 6. Roberson guns it to the sideline. Theo Johnson, did he get it? Incomplete. What do you think's going through this kid's mind?
Well, right now, about 8 million things, and his heart rate, I'm sure, is through the roof. It's always difficult to try to calm a young player down, but here's a third down when you need your quarterback to think clearly. Understand what he's seeing from the defense. If I'm the defense, I'm going to try to confuse him. I know this is not necessarily in Iowa's MO, but they got to bring some pressure right here and give a different look to Roberson. Here it comes.
Third down and 6. Roberson looking. Roberson in trouble, and he's sacked. Deontay Craig. But now, special teams, as we talked about, will be very important as you take a look at the play.
Well, they're just going to bring a double A-gap. A-gap is right next to the center. You bring 2 different players in both of those gaps next to the center. They get into the quarterback, and they're able to bring him down.
Jordan Stout in to attempt a 44-yarder. He's 7 of 10 on the season. And good. Big field goal for Jordan Stout. 20-10 now. Taquan Roberson. He gets him 3 points. Welcome back. Stay right here with us on Fox, because coming up next is a huge Pac-12 matchup as Utah heads west to battle Keaton Slovis and Southern California. All of the great college football action continues next on Fox. So Penn State with a 20-10 lead. Jordan Stout with that big 44-yard field goal. And Stout sends it into the end zone. We'll go right back to commercial break. 20-10, Iowa with the ball coming up after this. Fox College Football is sponsored by Dr. Pepper. Delicious, ice-cold Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. After Coach Yurcich came and Will Levis exited, Taquan Roberson's attention was laser focused. He said, I had to push everything else aside and focus on the main goal. Doing everything I could to get ready to help this team win if needed. Had to keep my head down and grind on my playbook. James Franklin in fall camp said, we'd love to get him some meaningful reps this year.
Well, they don't get more meaningful than this. Be careful what you wish for, James Franklin. Oh, man, but he settled down. That last series was very nice.
1st and 10, though, for Spencer Petras and the Hawkeyes. Down by 10, they hand it off. Goodson with a lane, and Goodson hit out of bounds by Ellis Brooks, but a nice gain of 8.
But more importantly today, the game has really been about the Penn State defense stopping any potential momentum. The first 5 games, Iowa 16 takeaways, 75 points off of those. If you would have told Kirk Ferentz, hey, you're going to get 3 turnovers, and we're going to be at the 6:23 mark of the 3rd quarter, he would say, that's probably pretty good. They've only given up 3 points off of those turnovers. This defense has stepped up and done amazing work. Even in the face of their starting quarterback going out, they've said, not on our watch.
Iowa, their last 3 possessions, 3 punts. 2nd and 2. Goodson, 1st down.
And the guys that Iowa needs to be effective and move the ball down the field are Goodson and Sam Laporta, the tight end. Now, they targeted him a couple of times, but Penn State has taken the tight end away, 84. Remember, he came in as a leading receiver. He had more targets than anybody by double on this team, and he doesn't have a catch today. So Penn State clearly focusing on the right guys.
1st down. Goodson, straight ahead. And Goodson, stiff arms. Goodson gets inside Penn State territory. George Porter with the tackle, but he'll pick up 18.
And the push from that offensive line finally starting to show up. Watch as you've got the fullback coming in, and then you've got Goodson going on that wide stretch play. And again, what we see is Goodson find a lane on the outside and get some positive yards. And it's so fascinating. You're hearing the boos. You know why you're hearing the boos?
Why?
Every time Iowa gains more than 10 yards or 12 yards, there's somebody that goes down on the Penn State defense. There's been an injury after every big play that Iowa has had, and the fans here recognize that, and they are upset by it.
Do you think that's by design?
It doesn't look like it. I mean, Arnold Ebiketie is not the guy that you would say, hey, we need you to fake a cramp. Why? He's got to be on the field. Right, so and we've seen Brisker go down at one point. P.J. Mustipher, 97, he's gone down. These, to me, are not tactical. Ebiketie is not the guy you would have sit down. I think that this has just been by chance, but it has been something that has gone on today.
Ebiketie has had a sack in each of the last 2 games. He leads the Nittany Lions with 3. And it looks like he's okay.
And because of that, Iowa has not been able to establish their rhythm. Because you know what rhythm, you know what you get to when you hit a couple of big runs? Play action packs. That's what Brian Ferentz loves to do, and they haven't been able to do that because they've basically had a timeout after every single big run from Tyler Goodson.
Penn State going 4 corners on him. 1st down and 10 at the 46. Goodson looking for a crease, and he'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Lucchetta with the stop, no gain.
One of the plays that was so effective really all the time for Iowa, but certainly last week against Maryland, was they would fake this outside zone play, right? This long run play to the outside, and then it was Petras that would come back on what was a bootleg, and they would just slip it to the tight end who was in the flat, and it was so effective they haven't been able to get to that today.
2nd and 10 at the 46. Petras pulls it down, wants to run it, and slides down, gets hit hard. Ellis Brooks delivering a blow.
Petras was trying to go feet first. Doesn't get the protection here from the umpire cam. You'll see Petras is trying to go down. Doesn't quite distinguish himself sideways or otherwise. And Ellis Brooks does the right thing. He goes low. He doesn't lead with the crown of his helmet. Goes in with his shoulder low of Petras's head and neck area. And now it's another third down.
Third down and 7 at the 43. Hawkeyes. Petrus steps up and incomplete. Where's the catch? Yes, it is. Sam Laporta. A gain of 8.
And they finally get to Laporta, but look at that blanket coverage. This is a terrific ball thrown by Petrus because the coverage is excellent there from Jair Brown. Brown was all over Laporta. They know they want to go to him on third down. They do it, and it's just a better pitch and catch. And Petrus giving a little flex after that big hit, comes back, throws a dart for a conversion.
First down and 10 at the 35. This kid's tough. Ivory Kelly Martin. They give it to him straight ahead, and he spins and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Ellis Brooks once again. No gain.
I tell you, these linebackers, they're so good. There's a reason this is LBU. Talking with LeVar Arrington this morning before the game. He is so proud of this defense, their length, their athleticism, their fight, their tenacity, their courage. They have been backed up at times this year, and they have constantly, every time, risen to the occasion. Ellis Brooks playing with a cast on his hand. You would never know. Flying around, making plays.
Second and 10 at the 35. Petrus handing it. And it's Kelly Martin. Tackled again by Ellis Brooks. We talked about those great linebackers like LeVar Arrington, Ed O'Neill, Shane Conley, Dave Robinson, Michael Parsons, Jack Ham, Matt Millen.
These guys certainly creating their own legacy. Brandon Smith, so talented. He's great in coverage. He's been a big reason why Laporta hasn't had a catch here. But now on another third down, you got to look at Laporta. They went to him on the last third down for a conversion.
They need 8. Petrus looking. Sideline caught. Not enough for the first down as Keegan Johnson grabs it out of bounds. And that brings up fourth down.
This would be a pretty tough kick. It is against the wind, but certainly in the range. Wind's coming a little off their right and into.
It was expected to be a windy day. 25-mile-per-hour winds in the forecast. So Caleb Shudak in to attempt a 48-yarder. Beautiful. 20-13. 1:36 to go in the third. Tomorrow, it's a star-studded doubleheader on Fox. First, Aaron Rodgers leads the Packers against Joe Burrow and the Bengals, or other regional action. Then, in America's Game of the Week, Saquon Barkley and the Giants battle Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, all on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Check local listings for the game in your area. Dak Prescott. 3-1. First place in the NFC East. And Saquon Barkley. We remember him a couple years ago playing for this Nittany Lions team. Remember that run he had against Ohio State?
Oh, opening kick.
Penn State player gave a fair catch signal. Ball be placed first and 10 at the 25-yard line.
I'll never forget. That was one of the great games that we've ever gotten the pleasure to call it. It feels like this one's heading in that direction.
It certainly does. It certainly does.
I mean, it's the same time of day, and now the drama builds for a young player going out there facing one of the best defenses in college football. Taquan Roberson now has got to go out there. The difficulty in facing Iowa, Gus, is that they force you to be precise, and it's so tough to be precise as a backup because you don't get the reps during the course of the week.
First and 10 of the 25. Kane.
Why it's so important for the play caller Mike Yurcich to continue to call plays with the help of tempo that allow Roberson to make decisions quickly. pre-snap. I know where I'm going with the ball so that I can do it with conviction. Get the ball outside of the numbers. They've lived in the passing game outside of the numbers. And then as the Iowa defense has expanded to try to protect those areas, that's what's allowed the quarterbacks to run loose in the middle of the field.
2nd and 7 at the 28. And they run it. Kane again. And Kane crosses the 30. The 31. Kerner with the tackle. And that will bring up 3rd down and 5 from the 30.
Last time they faced a big down, Iowa gave them a different look. Something that Phil Parker, the defensive coordinator, doesn't do a lot. They brought kind of all-out pressure right up the middle, up the gut of that offense, trying to change the look for the quarterback. And here they're going to have guys stood up right in the center's face.
3rd and 5 at the 30. Roberson guns it. Incomplete. Strange. Second ball he's dropped today.
That first one, definitely he should have caught. This one, they're trying to run the tight end out route, and it's just on his back hip. Now, this is certainly a ball. I'm biased as a quarterback. It hits you right there. You should catch that ball. Brenton Strange has got to get that ball. That would have been a conversion. That's 2 big drops for the young quarterback, and Iowa is able to force a punt.
Charlie Jones set to return it at the 20. Jordan Stout punting from the 15. Jones, and he is hit as soon as he catches the football inside the 15-yard line. Nice play on special teams. And that is Brody Brecht.
You got to time this perfectly, and Brecht does.
Correction. Let me correct myself. Well, there's 2 number 14s, Joel. And my eyes are getting so bad, I can't see.
It's A.J. Lighton. I got you, partner.
Thank you.
Listen, they're not young eyes, but they're young girls.
Sorry, folks. Iowa taking over. And they'll run a sweep around the right side. It's Jones, and he'll go out of bounds at the 22.
Nice little jet sweep there, changing the eyes of the defense. They've been locked in to trying to get downhill and stop Tyler Goodson in the run game. They finally change it up there. Oh, boy. We're locked in for a good one, Gus.
You done let a beast out of the cage, and they about to feel the rage, cause we on the rampage. We put in the work every day.
Fox College football is sponsored by Geico. Kinnick Stadium opened in 1929, and it's rocking right now as we head into the 4th. With the score, Penn State 20, Iowa 13. Gus, Joel, Jenny, and Dino. Hawkeyes have the football from the 22. Goodson. Abacady with the tackle.
This Penn State defense has done such a great job in sudden change moments. Brent probably talked about it to us, their mentality in sudden change moments, whether it's been after turnovers because they've turned it over 3 times, or when their quarterback leaves the game injured, they have risen to the occasion, folks. They're playing so tough.
3rd down and short. Kelly Martin, the deep back. Bruce in motion. Quarterback sneak, 1st down. Spencer Petras, 233 pounds.
They're so good at that. And remember, the guy they're running that right behind is Tyler Linderbaum, the center. Check out the push that you're going to get from Linderbaum straight up the gut. He's one of the best offensive linemen in the country, likely a top 20 pick in next spring's NFL draft. Just an excellent center, the best in the country.
1st down at the 27. Goodson gets through the hole. Goodson cuts it inside and picks up a 1st down. Jaquan Brisker stops him, but it's a 12-yard gain, and Goodson's starting to get warm now. 20 carries, 86 yards.
And they're doing it when they've got the fullback in the game, Monty Pottebaum. They're so good. He's so good getting those linebackers blocked, and there Goodson makes a cut, gets across the line to gain, and moves the chains. There's Potabom, excellent fullback, and this is when they can start to build off of that with a little play action pass.
First down at the 39. Goodson again. This time he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Ebiketie brings him down.
This is what you're looking for as a play caller. Why do I keep calling for play action pass? Because watch it how fast the edge comes down for Penn State. When they're crashing that hard, that's when you've got to get out there on that naked bootleg and get your quarterback out after the run fake and get him out into the flat and get an easy completion.
2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's a reverse. Charlie Jones bottled up. Charlie Jones turns a corner, and he'll pick up a few.
Well, that was the exact idea that Brian Ferentz had, was to take advantage of that fast flow on the opposite side of the run. The only problem is that Penn State is so athletic and fast and long, it looked like they snuffed that out. Check out as Charlie Jones, it looks right here as he's retreating. He gets by Jesse Luketa, and now you've got some angles from those players. Tariq Castro-Fields gets a little juke right there, and that's the missed tackle that allows Jones to go get some positive yards and some jawing after the play.
3rd down and 3. Petrus hit. Petrus knocked down. Jaquan Brisker intended for Tracy.
It looked like he was open for a moment, but this defense is just too fast, and he closes down. Brisker saw the route coming. He moved himself over into that area, and he was able to make a play on the ball. And just kind of bend, don't break, right? Doesn't matter what happens. They just don't flinch. This defense does not flinch. They've been through too many battles together, and they continue to make plays.
7th punt for Iowa. And down deep once again. I tell you what, Tory Taylor's going to get a game ball. He's been brilliant. A 53-yard punt. Fox College football is sponsored by Pacific Life. More than 150 years strong. Protect what matters most. And by T-Mobile, America's largest, fastest, and most reliable 5G network. High drama here in Iowa, 20-13, 3 versus 4. Penn State, this is their 3rd drive that started inside their own 5-yard line.
Thus, they have not been able to run the ball with their running backs at all.
1st down and 10 from the 2.
Full start. Offense number 70. Half the distance to the goal, still 1st down.
It's actually really smart from a young quarterback because the risk-reward profile, you're only getting backed up a couple of feet, but if you get them to jump offside on a hard cadence, then you get free 5 yards and some breathing room. But here we go inside the 1. Iowa better get after it on defense and try to create a short field for this offense that hasn't been able to do much today.
Here's a handoff, and Lee dives forward, picks up a half-yard. Justin Jacobs with the tackle. Makes it 2nd down and 10.
If they want to throw, it's got to be a quick fade or go route to Dotson, or Roberson has got to be outside of the pocket knowing he can throw the ball away if he's in trouble.
2nd and 10. Roberson with time. Sideline incomplete. Lambert Smith, the intended receiver, Terry Roberts there in his hip pocket.
What a chance for Iowa to force a punt all the way at the back of the end zone. A tight punt situation. If they can't gain any yardage, this punt is going to be a precarious opportunity for Penn State. Expect some aggressive defense here from Iowa.
3rd down and 10. And listen to this crowd, folks. It's deafening. Here they come, and they'll hand it off. Lee. And Seth Benson, first man to him. Four-yard gain.
And on a punt situation like this, it is a one-step punt. Catch the ball if you're Jordan Stout, number 98, and kick it away. It doesn't matter if it goes 30 yards, 35 yards, or 40 yards. It's not about the distance. He's got to get it out.
Stout back of his own end zone with time. And he gets away a good one. And Iowa will start from their own 50-yard line after the 46-yard punt. Penn State, Iowa, 20-13 here in the 4th. Fox College Football is sponsored by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Welcome back to Kinnick Stadium. 4th quarter action. 20-13. Nittany Lions with 10:35 to go. Iowa takes over with great field position. They're at the 50. Out of the eye. Goodson. The deep man. Petrus underneath. And incomplete. Dangerous pass. Almost intercepted. Bruce, the intended receiver.
Pacific Life Game Summary, sponsored by Pacific Life, more than 150 years strong. Protect what matters most. Well, fireworks early. Iowa got a turnover. They've got 3 of them, but the big story, only 3 points off those turnovers. And then since Sean Clifford has gone down with that injury, Penn State has not been able to do much offensively, only 3 points on 7 drives. So the Iowa defense giving their team a chance and a short field here.
2nd down and 10. Petrus. Near side, and it's caught. Here's Johnson breaking tackles, spinning. Johnson down inside the Penn State 10. 41 yards. Abacady. Brandon Smith with saving tackles.
Tariq Castro Fields, the corner, normally very good in the open field tackling, but watch the strength. Great strength from Keegan Johnson. He's a guy that they're very high on. Just a true freshman, but they say he plays bigger and stronger than even his height and weight. 6'1", 197, and a guy that they desperately wanted to try to get him touches in this game and provides a huge spark there.
1st down and goal at the 8-yard line. Petrus handing it off, and that's a tackle for a loss. Great job, Daquan Hardy. A loss of 4.
This is where this defense excels, is in the red zone. They do such a good job of being aggressive, utilizing their athleticism, their length. Brent Pry allows them to play aggressive. That's why they're one of the top teams in the country when it comes to red zone defense, both in not allowing in the end zone or any points at all.
2nd down, goal of 12. Petrus guns it, caught, but the receiver tackled immediately. That's Reganey, and Joey Porter drops him.
You see the speed with which they close with. Again, they don't flinch. Okay, so it's a big play. Great. Goal-to-go defense. Great. We've been in this situation before. This defense has been tested time and time and time again all season long and constantly rises to the occasion and makes big stops.
3rd down and goal at the 10-yard line. Jones crosses. Petrus looking. Petrus pulls it down. Petrus is sacked again. Daquan Hardy. A loss of 12 yards on the play.
He's trying to go to Laporta. I don't quite know what Laporta is doing because he's double covered. He's going to try to look right out here to his tight end. You've got three Nittany Lions right there. They've got to try to work towards the middle of the field. He doesn't have time to get the over route over the back end of the end zone. And Iowa went backwards after the big play.
The Shudak in to attempt a 35-yarder. And it's good. He has been solid today. Caleb Shudak. 20-16.
4-point game as we welcome you back to Iowa City. Coming up after the game on the Fox College Football Extra presented by Crypto.com. We're going to get you ready for our third game of this Fox triple header. USC and Utah. Plus highlight two wild finishes. Red River Showdown and Arkansas Ole Miss. Plus Coach Stoops will probably yell, "Go Hawks," once or twice.
Yeah, that's right. Coach Stoops, a former Iowa Hawkeye for Coach Fry. He's at home with his beautiful lady love watching with him. And this one into the end zone. Caleb Shudak has done a nice job. 3 for 3 from 34 yards, from 48 yards, and from 36 yards. So our score, 20-16. Roberson, who came in the second quarter when Sean Clifford was knocked out of the game. Clifford now in street clothes. We don't know the extent of his injury. Let's go downstairs to Jenny Tapp.
Well, speaking of Clifford, I've been blown away, Gus, by his leadership. He has been Taquan Roberson's shadow. He has been talking to him this entire time, trying to keep this offense in the game. He has been blowing it away with his leadership right now.
And a flag.
Prior to the snap, ball start, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
They just can't get out of their own way. That one on the outside, Keandre Lambert-Smith was still moving right before the snap. And they were doing something really smart. They were spreading everyone way out. The wide receivers were way outside of the numbers on each side, trying to spread the defense out and then run it.
First down at 15 at the 20. Roberson stepping up in the pocket. And a dive forward. Zach. Then Falkenberg with the tackle. Penn State quickly to the line. 2nd and 13 after the 2-yard gain. Roberson throws it out far side, nothing. Dotson, no yards on the play.
They were trying to sneak the tight end right here. Look at that. It looks like he's an offensive tackle. They were trying to sneak him. They ran that play against Auburn, did a great job in that game, getting an easy conversion and ultimately a touchdown out of that formation, but Iowa was ready for it.
And Valkenburg again. 3rd down, 13 at the 22. Roberson. Here comes a blitz. Roberson trying to get out and will not, but there is a flag in the backfield. Jack Campbell stops him.
I think they're going to get him on an illegal chop block here.
Personal foul, chop block, offense, number 73 and 55. Half the distance to the goal, 3rd down.
Thought they might decline that here. Here you're going to get Seth Benson. Watch as he's blitzing, and then Mike Miranda, the center, is going to come off, and Kane. They engage him high, they engage him low. That's the illegal chop block. Umpire throws the flag right away. They accept it, back them way up. This is for field position purposes.
3rd down and 24 at the 11. And some more movement by Penn State. Wow, this offense is unraveling here.
Ball start. Offense number 78. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Is that all the crowd, Joel?
Yes, and the fact that Penn State will not adjust, and they keep trying to snap the ball on the clap of the quarterback's hands. No one can hear the clap right now because of the crowd. So yes, it's the crowd, but it's also the inability of the Penn State coaching staff to adjust. They've got to go on a silent cadence and allow the center to snap the ball whenever he wants.
3rd down and 29. Roberson. Hit. Incomplete. Taquan Roberson got drilled. Seth Benson brought all the heat.
This defense has increased their level of pressure and blitzing as Roberson has gone through this game, the backup quarterback. They have trouble with the snap cadence. This crowd has been amazing, helping their defense back Penn State up. And that's just why they took the chop block flag. It would have been third down. Basically, you could have punted it away then, but they wanted the yardage so they could create a short field for their offense.
So once again, Jordan Stout punting from deep in his own end zone. Stout delivers. Jones with the fair catch. And Iowa is in business, a 37-yard punt. But the Hawkeyes will start inside Penn State territory. What a game, folks. Big Ten football, ebbs and flows, twists and turns. First down and 10 at the 43 for Spencer Petras. And he'll throw it. Rolls, looks backside. Caught! Out of bounds! Touchdown, Iowa! Nico Reganey!
Misdirection. You get the play fake to the left. Petras comes out rolling to his right. But at this point, watch Reganey. He stops and goes back to the other side of the field. That's where Petras finds him. It's a misdirection play for a touchdown.
Shudak, extra point, and good. For Iowa, their first lead since it was 3-0 in the first quarter. Nico Reganey picking him up and putting him down. Penn State's got trouble. Spencer Petras left the San Francisco area to come to Iowa for moments like this.
And what a play call from Brian Ferentz. Petras put it on the money, but utilizing the misdirection and the aggressiveness of Penn State against them, knowing that they were flowing so fast over the top on all of that play action. And he uses misdirection, gives them one look, goes back to the backside. Reganey ran a great route. And now it's in the defense's hands inside of 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
And it's in the hands of a young man by the name of Taquan Roberson from Orange, New Jersey. Came in the second quarter when the starter, Sean Clifford, went out.
They're going to take a shot to Dotson at some point here soon.
First down to the 25. Roberson, quick strike. Lambert Smith and Keandre will get out of bounds and gain 5.
Quick passes on the outside have been very good for them.
2nd and 5 at the 30. And another flag.
Full start. Offense number 70. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
They've got to figure out the cadence. This is, listen, these are great coaches, right? They can't keep trying to go on the clap. They can't hear the quarterback clap his hands. The guard needs to touch the center, and when the center is ready, he snaps the football.
2nd and 10. They get it off clean. And here's Roberson. Looking, Roberson, nice run. And he'll pick up a first down. Logan Lee with the tackle.
Had some quicks there. Now going up tempo.
From the 35. Here's a handoff, and it's Lee. Hard running. And I think I just saw what you were talking about, Joel. I saw one of the guards tap.
Exactly right. So the guard looks back at the quarterback. The quarterback kicks his foot, saying, I'm ready for the ball. Then the guard either touches the center's hip or he just puts his hand out in front of the center's vision like that. And the center says, okay, now I can snap the ball.
2nd and 5. Lee. And a first down.
Those two runs on back-to-back plays were the most successful run plays from a running back all day long. Before those last two, they had not gained even 4 yards on run plays with running backs.
First down and 10 at the 46. Lee. Now it seems like Penn State has finally gotten it together.
They've got a little bit of a rhythm now. And at some point, they have not allowed Jahan Dotson to go down the field. That's a throw that doesn't take much thinking from the quarterback position. He can stand up and try to give the great ball to Dotson on the outside.
They'll swing it out, and it's Parker Washington down the sideline. Now Jordan Stout, he made his 4th career 50-yarder last week against Indiana. His career long is 57. Keep that in mind. 3rd down and 4. Roberson wants to run. Roberson, and he will not get the first. So a big decision now. And it looks like they will go for it. 4:11 remaining. 4th down. Can the Iowa defense hold? Can James Franklin's young quarterback make a play right here?
Most big conversions all day have been the quarterback run.
The rubber meets the road now. 4th and 3. Roberson flips it out. Caught, but not enough. What a job, Matt Hawkins, the senior.
Watch all the eyes in the backfield. The corner on the outside. He's going to see the running back come out of the backfield, Lee, and the corner understands that he can come up and defend. Matt Hankins, he's a senior from Louisville, Texas. This is his 5th year in college football. He knows what he's looking at as far as a route combination, and he comes up and makes the 4th down stop.
Penn State turns it over on downs. Iowa, 3:39 away, up by 3. Goodson. And he'll get inside Penn State territory. A pickup of 7.
Well, you've got timeouts at your disposal if you're Penn State. And if they are able to move the chains and get another set of downs, that's when they'll start to use them. You don't want to use them on a long 1st down play because you're likely to convert, so you'd feel like you're wasting your timeouts here. You want to use your timeouts on a set of downs where you feel like you can force a kick, whether it's a field goal or a punt.
2nd and 3 at the 48. Goodson. It'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Brown, Jacobs combining on the tackle.
And that's why you see a timeout now, is because they force a 3rd down. They've got a chance to get off the field. Penn State, crunch time, Iowa, 23-20 lead.
23-20, 2:44 to go. The Penn State defense gives the ball back to their offense as Torrey Taylor comes in. He has been excellent punting the ball today. A number of punts down inside the 20. Taylor gets it off. Dotson the deep man. And he has it at the 6. A 45-yard punt. Penn State will have to play with the long field.
It's been the theme of this game. Torrey Taylor has done such a good job creating a long field, and that's not what Penn State needs right now. Listen, the success that they've had on offense with Roberson in has been the quick game on the outside. At some point, they're going to fake one of those little screen passes and send Dotson down the field.
First down and 10 at the 8. Roberson winds up. Roberson. And incomplete. There you go. It was for Dotson. And that ball thrown behind him. And if Iowa holds on here. Go ahead, partner.
Great defense. And we've seen that time and time again, right? The Iowa defensive back basically running the route for the wide receiver. Reggie Bush touched on it at halftime. These defensive backs know exactly what they're doing.
2nd and 10 at the 8. Roberson wants to throw it deep again. Does. And incomplete. Sullivan Brown the target.
This is when they've been getting that heavy pressure from Iowa, and when the crowd noise has affected them most has been on 3rd down, and another ball that probably could have been caught on the outside for Roberson. Clifford knows it on the sideline, but this is when they've been heating them up. The blitz package from Iowa has been excellent in this second half. Watch out for Seth Benson, number 44.
3rd down and 10 at the 8-yard line. Roberson, here comes the blitz. Roberson spins out of it. Delivers. Incomplete. High for Dotson. And that makes it 4th and 10 with 2:18 to go.
He had him open. It was just over Dotson's head. He's got to spin away from the pressure. Great pressure. Dane Belton this time in there. Roberson was able to get away, but watch, this ball is just too high for Dotson, who can't climb the ladder.
Penn State going for it.
Here comes Belton, number 44.
4th down and 10 at the 8-yard line. Here comes a blitz. Roberson steps into his throw. Intercepted again. Hawkeyes. Iowa.
Several penalty flags down. I think all of this was post-interception.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Iowa, numbers 22, 26, and 15. That is each player's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul.
And that is the 4th interception on the day for the Hawkeyes.
And again, the corners, the defensive back for this Hawkeye team, stepping in front of the route. They do such a great job of recognizing the route in front of them and then running it for the wide receiver. They go to where the ball is going to be, not where the player is. They are so good at that. Best in college football. 4 interceptions today. This Iowa team battled back. I talked about the no-flinch mentality of the Penn State defense all day, and they've been very good. But how about the no-flinch mentality of this Iowa team? As a team, it hasn't looked pretty all day. But boy, they've gotten it done. Now this is Iowa football.
Penn State with 1 timeout left. Goodson in the backfield. They give it to him. But I tell you what, you know who the game ball should go to if Iowa holds on to win this game? It should go to these fans. Penn State was penalized so much because this place was incredibly loud.
11 penalties on Penn State. I don't have it right in front of me, but it felt like 9 of them were false starts. And it was the crowd and then the inability of Penn State to adjust. Even, Gus, I know this is subtle, but on a 3rd down, the chopping block, which would have just produced a 4th down and a punt, Kirk Ferentz took the penalty. Why? To back them up in order to get field position. That field position is what directly led to the Reganey touchdown. So a smart play by Kirk Ferentz. to take the penalty when the book probably suggests that you shouldn't, ends up getting the field position to get his offense the spark that they needed for a touchdown.
And it's Pottebaum that's down for Iowa. He's a tough guy. He gets up and walks off on his own. Kirk Ferentz, Iowa's winningest coach, having passed the legend Hayden Fry 3 seasons ago. Typically a humble man, low-key. After breaking Coach Fry's record, he said, I'll maybe have a little extra ice cream tonight. You know, really cut loose. And how about this quarterback, Spencer Petras?
Hung in there, didn't he?
He hung in there, and he got pounded today.
17 of 31, 195, a couple of touchdown passes.
Victory formation for the Hawkeyes. Petras takes a knee.
Moment of the game sponsored by the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Could it be the best Coke ever? This was the moment. Petras to Reganey. Excellent call from Brian Ferentz. The misdirection. They go back the other way. And the Iowa faithful, who have been waiting to erupt all day long, had the opportunity. Boy, these fans have been amazing. Thursday on my flight here, they were chanting "Go Hawks." 6 a.m. at the big noon kickoff set, chanting "Go Hawks." Coach Stoops chanting "Go Hawks." And boy, it took all 60 minutes, didn't it?
Yes, it did. What a game, though. What a game this has been.
This is interesting because they are going to have to punt it. You rarely, if ever, see them take a knee before a punt or in a position where they will still have to punt. This is the faith in the fact that their defense and the opposing quarterback has had no success in the second half ever since Clifford went out.
Man that you have to also mention.
This is a bit of a gamble because you are allowing Penn State the opportunity here to have a snap.
Jack Campbell, folks, he knocked out Sean Clifford. And that was the turning point, the major turning point in this game. Middle linebacker.
They started 0-2 last year, Iowa did, then ran off
6 in a row.
You know who wasn't in the lineup in those two?
Who's that?
Jack Campbell. He came back, and it all turned around, in particular on that defensive side. And that defense led them to what they are doing right now.
Captain Jack. And Torrey Taylor has been just top shelf in this game. The Australian punter delivers again. And once again, Penn State has it inside their own 10.
Well, this is a lot of faith in your defense.
39 seconds remaining. Penn State out of timeouts.
Now you got to play deep coverage without any timeouts. You can't be playing the regular coverage. The safeties have got to back up 3 or 4 yards. And the corners have got to expect the deep ball on every single snap.
Roberson in trouble. Roberson crosses the line of scrimmage, tries to get out of bounds, does not. Marquez with the tackle. 25 seconds. Roberson just heaves it. And out of bounds. 14 seconds to go.
Pressure has been relentless on Roberson in the second half, and it's continued here on this last series.
3rd down and 7. No timeouts left for the Nittany Lions. From the 11-yard line. Roberson. Underneath, incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
you just got to complete the ball and start pitching it around. You got to hope for something crazy at this point.
Fourth down and 7 at the 11. Roberson rolling, delivers, incomplete. With 2 seconds left, Penn State turns it over on downs, and the Iowa Hawkeyes will remain undefeated, improving to 6-0 as they beat the 4th-ranked Penn State Nittany Lions.
12th straight win, first time since 2015. Obviously, that was a magical season that was about 1 yard short of the playoff. First win versus a top 5 opponent since 17. That was an Ohio State team. And the 6th straight win versus a ranked opponent. That's tied for the longest in school history.
Spencer Petras and the Iowa offense approach the line of scrimmage in victory formation, and that'll do it. Iowa 23, Penn State 20, and here they come. It's not heaven. It's Iowa.
What a special day. Special performance. This team very likely is on a magical run.
Let's go downstairs to Jenny Taft, standing by with a happy old ball coach.
Coach, congratulations. You said this week, these kind of games, these moments, they don't happen all that often. I want to ask you about the fans that are storming the field, the noise in here, 8 false starts that they caused. How crucial were they?
It's a pretty special place, especially when the lights go on, sun goes down. But our guys just played like hell, man. They played hard. And we had to make sure Bob Stoops could brag a little more. Say we appreciate that. He's been a homer all season. I love it.
You know we're happy about that. Your defense. We knew this was going to be a defensive battle. 4 interceptions, huge stops on 3rd down. What did they show you tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we weren't counting on the interceptions, but great job there. Playing physical, knocked their quarterback out. I hope he's fine. And that 4th down tackle, Matt Hankins, I mean, that's unbelievable. So that's kind of team we have.
You fought back. You were at one point down 17-3. What kind of gritty performance was this from your offense?
It's a 60-minute game, right? It's a 60-minute game. Our guys believe that. They're not too smart,
All right, I'm going to let you enjoy this.
Thank you.
Have some ice cream, Coach. A double dip. The final score, 23-20, Iowa.
You look at this schedule. Might be a playoff team right there, folks.
All right. For Jenny Taft and Joel Klatt, I'm Gus Johnson saying so long from Iowa City. You've been watching Big Ten football on FOX. Rob and the guys next.
Just look at them.
Coming up next, USC and Utah. Drake London came into the weekend leading the FBS in receptions and receiving yards. Trojans, they go for win number 4 in about 12 minutes from the Coliseum. And big wins deserve epic celebrations. That is college football in a snapshot right there. Number 3, Iowa survives. Number 4, Penn State. The Hawkeyes improved to 6-0 for the 3rd time under Kirk Ferentz. Fox College Football Extra is sponsored by Crypto.com, the world's fastest growing crypto app. Sold out, Kinnick, still buzzing. You see it on the field. They are wrapped around our set up here on the concourse as well. The PA said, please clear the field. Good luck with that.
They're killing the team, man. They're camping out, man.
Hang in there, PA announcer. Hang in there. Glad you're back here with us from Iowa City. Rob Stone, Brady Quinn, Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart. Coach, I'm sorry, Bobby Stoops. Give me one. Give me one, Coach.
Go Hawks!
No, you got to do better than that, man. There we go. There we go.
Let me ask something. Can I ask the bosses? Can I get down there? Leave the set.
Coach, we might not be able to get you back.
You might get lost.
He'd be okay with that.
Stay with us. There's plenty of time to celebrate a little bit later. All right, let's start this conversation about the Iowa defense. It started strong, literally an interception on Penn State's first play from scrimmage. They finished this one equally strong, shutting the Nittany Lions out over the final 20 minutes and change. They were the difference.
10 interceptions in the last 2 games.
It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. I mean, you can't say enough about this defense. Now, the offense didn't necessarily complement it with getting as many points off those turnovers, but Iowa won the field position battle. And time again, they made the adjustments in the second half. Obviously got after Taquan Roberson, put pressure on him the entire game. That offense couldn't do anything. So credit Coach Ferentz, credit Phil Parker, their DC, and the entire defense. Matt Hankins shutting down the game at the end. It was just an unbelievable performance from Iowa's defense.
And then earlier in our pregame show, I asked James Franklin, how do you start fast against a defense that's so stingy? And we saw on the first play of the game for Penn State, it was an interception. And from that point on, it felt like it was just snowballing. And this is what you have to do when you play against this Iowa team. You have to play from the beginning of the whistle all the way to the end, because they're going to play for 60 minutes. And that's what happened today.
And the biggest storyline was when Sean Clifford got knocked out. 5 drives he was in this game, led to 17 points. Obviously, he's a really good football player. Taquan Roberson comes in. Iowa's defense smells blood in the water. He had 10 drives that equaled 3 points. I mean, they couldn't move the football, and that's just a credit to Iowa's defense. They're nasty. I think Penn State started on their own 20-yard line. Torrey Taylor, I know you're going to talk about him, the special teams. And look, we talk about this schedule. They're going to go undefeated to a Big Ten championship game. That's how good they are.
They got to stay away from the rat poison. But big congratulations, Kirk Ferentz, his coaching staff. This is their style of game. They don't mind being in a tight game. Torrey Taylor pinned them deep inside the 10 4 or 5 times, 3 times inside the 5. Trust your great defense. They were incredible. Phil Parker, the D coordinator, outstanding job. Super game for them.
And how about when they needed a play? Brian Ferentz dials one up. We get so bored seeing the boot, seeing the run action. You see that boot and the throwback to Reganey for the touchdown that basically seals it. What a play call.
You know that's a play when the guy's 10 yards open.
Yeah.
Coach, did they prove to you that they're the 3rd best team in the land today?
Well, might be 2nd. But definitely 3rd, absolutely.
And Penn State, they've got 3 games ahead of them against ranked opponents. Michigan State, Ohio State. They can build themselves back into the top 10 and become a major player in the conference and the national scene. But coming up next here on Fox, Keaton Slovis and the Trojans. Beautiful conditions in the Coliseum. It's Utah and USC coming up in about 8 minutes.
The Astros go for the sweep as the White Sox fight for their playoff lives. The ALDS Game 3, tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern on FS1.